Okay.
Actually, hold on. Let me just double check. Let me just double check that is the wording. It's either, I would say either me or Kirv, because at least Kirv would be able to probably do that too. Unless we're thinking we just get Romulus to start digging.
I can take one person with me if I dimension door. And
Yeah.
the area
You
outside
can't,
the
like,
bubble will need to be big enough to fit the pair of us.
You don't have like a rune or anything that like multi does that, or
No,
Nope.
let's have a look.
I'm not sure how runes work, to be absolutely honest.
I've got cleanse, cleanse, shield, heal, vanish, and life. So no.
Yeah, you could wait until the
I mean,
until the dome is down, and then you could do it. But that risks obviously burying your friends and adding a timer to what you're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what if you banish us? What if you just banish everyone? That wouldn't achieve anything, but it gives us a chance.
Delays the inevitable, unfortunately.
Yeah, more or
Yeah.
less.
So-
More or less.
In terms of summoning your things, your elementals, the main problem is the dome itself.
Yeah, for sure. However,
Yeah.
the dome is also the only thing stopping us from being crushed.
Yeah.
Well, that's
The only
not
thing
actually
that's
true. At this point, it's probably solidifying around
Yeah.
us.
At the moment, you're not worrying
compared
about
to
being crushed. You're worrying about suffocating after the
Yeah.
dome has gone.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so then probably the best thing to do, maybe give it a few minutes and then drop the dome. And then at least we'll have access to
Well,
a
you got
little
the
bit
rest
now.
of your long rest to go. For those of you who are having part of the long rest, you still have the rest to go. Which is Kirv and Mortar. You have your watch on the long rest if you wish to take it. If you wish to discuss anything.
Sure.
And then
Not much to look at.
and then after that we'll get to skill checks. But anyway, hello everyone and welcome to Crabby D&D. I am here with Cat,
Hi.
Mortar,
Hello.
Kirv,
Hey.
Vinny,
Hello.
and Romulus.
Hello.
And we are all
The order
here.
was
and-
different.
I know the order's
The order
different.
was different.
I know.
Oh, I didn't like it. That was
It's
scary.
really
I wasn't
off.
prepared.
That's
Wasn't prepared.
what
I
happened.
nearly messed up my line. Can we go from the top?
Nearly messed up is fine. You didn't mess it up, so you're good. Okay.
Okay.
So, let's return to where we were last session. Seems you're a tad snowed in. Shall we see just how that happened? Or remind ourselves of it at least. Last session, our party of adventurers, Cat, Kirv, Mortar, Romulus, and Vinny set out on their path towards the small abandoned village of Zif. While on the open terrain, they encountered some tracks belonging to an ancient dragon or two. With some attempted careful maneuvering, they managed to escape one of the dragons who took an interest in, and took shelter for that night, only to find that the next morning it was there, sleeping, awaiting their awakening. With some difficulty, the party managed to escape, thanks to the careful planning and work of Romulus, keeping it asleep as they fled as best they could, leaving it behind and heading south towards their destination. Along the way, the dragon was scared off once again by some dragon hunters, and they were left to it. Now, on the edge of the Zif village, now with the edge of the Zif village in sight, they raised their protective hut for the night, and, well, thankfully so. A rumble came from the nearby mountain, and the party witnessed the cascade of an avalanche entombing them inside. The interior of your dome now lays dark, but you are safe and warm for the time being. As the final watch comes around, Kirv and Mortar, do you wish to discuss or do anything before we get to the skill challenges of what you would like to do to escape?
Oh fuck, that's an avalanche.
So what? Just a hell of a lot of snow.
That is, as you say, a lot of snow. I don't know what to do about this. This escalated really quickly.
Can we not just dig through it?
I mean, you can go out and try. I'll be cheering for you on the sidelines.
That reminds me, you're pushing a lot to get blood for my weapon. Are you expecting something in return?
Please from you? Surely not. I've gotten a read on you now. I know what you're about. Consider it a favor.
A favor, huh?
Oh, I'm sure in hell that probably means something else. But up here, I'm just trying to keep relationships good, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Also, curiosity, I won't lie, is kind of taking me a little bit.
Now that I understand.
Oh yeah, so basically, my weapon doesn't use blood, as we discovered when I used the purple worm blood that you desperately needed for your weapon to get your upgrade. I used on mine. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Good times, good times. So instead, I need to, or my weapon needs to, I think, eat artifacts or something? I'm not really too sure on the math about it, but Kat was kind of explaining it to me, and I got every other word, really. A lot of it was wizard speak. So, yeah, it's, not really sure how to do that. I did it with the beads that were, that Leo's beads. Not those ones, the other ones. The ones that he was using in combat.
Yeah.
So... yeah, don't know what to do about that. But I feel like right now there's more pressing things to worry about rather than our weapons, because I don't think they're going to help us get out of this.
Well, here's a bit of advice, one of the few bits of advice that my mum gave me, is that if you find yourself stuck under the snow, if you dribble, the dribble will follow gravity, and then you dig the opposite way.
Mortar will cock his head to the side and go, please demonstrate. I would love to see this masterfully executed technique passed down through the Kirv bloodline executed. It would be an honor.
Performance check.
Go for it.
I respect that so
A
much.
performance check for
Can
dribbling. You're asleep.
Don't suppose I can. What if I roll over in the night and accidentally slap Mortar?
Maybe not.
That's an 8.
8. Okay.
You see dribble.
Too much dribble.
You do indeed see dribble. It is. It's dribble that you've seen plenty like it. It dribbles out of Kirv's mouth and hits the ground, narrowly missing
Chris,
anybody who might be asleep.
Chris, we're here for details and riveting description. Give us more.
It's partially transparent. You can see a small bit of last night's dinner caught in it, as you know. You guys don't necessarily have toothbrushes and all that. You have prestidigitation, but that's about it, and Tula, but you know, just how it is.
Mortar will quietly applaud with a massive grin on his face.
Kirv also has a massive grin on her face.
Truly, the work of a master. Truly, the work of a master.
Now it's your
Honestly,
turn.
I feel so. Oh, my turn. Oh, well, how could I possibly follow that up?
True. Hey, are we gonna die with the
probably.
snow? Okay.
Yeah, probably. I hope you've made your peace.
Oh, never.
Yeah. No?
No.
Oh dear. Well, you probably ought to start making it soon, because probably gonna die.
I'm just gonna dig.
You're gonna dig?
Yeah.
Okay. You're gonna dig down?
No, I just showed you how how I know which way is up. I'm gonna dig up.
Hmm. We already knew which way was up because the dome's above us.
Do I need to demonstrate again for you?
Yes, please.
Oh God.
No. You've experienced it once.
You mean to tell me you're not
Mortar's just
going to
watching
dribble for
Kirv
Mortar
dribbling
again?
with just...
Yeah.
I'm not going to dribble for Mortar again. No.
Oh,
Okay.
Mortar's been very spoiled this night.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Oh, shall we move on?
Probably.
Sure.
Oh, how did your watch go?
Your
See
watch is peaceful. There's nothing to see, and we will now.
Oh, that's good.
I don't know, there was a snowflake out of place. I don't trust it.
Yeah,
I'm watching
sure.
the
It got
snowflake.
into the dome somehow.
Oh wow, that is a magic snowflake.
As of... Well, according to the rules.
Its name's Mortar.
Okay.
So the morning comes around. All of you have gotten a long rest except for Cat, who's had a short rest. All of you mark off one more ration. Ration and... No, just a ration for all of you. As Romulus, you would not be able to produce a warm meal today, as doing so would probably encapsulate the entire area in smoke for the time being.
Well, actually, if the bubble would the bubble still be up at the time period of cooking?
Yes. However, do keep in mind
yeah,
that
the
there is
dome would
not
collapse, right?
really enough space for you to cook inside the dome. We always assume you cook outside.
Fair enough. The only thing is, it wouldn't produce smoke because it does specify a comfortable, breathable atmosphere.
Which also means that the fire wouldn't cook stuff
Not
on
necessarily.
the inside.
Because you can still have a fire and have it be comfortable, breathable. It's smoke that would be the.
I was going
problem.
to say, if the fire can still produce heat, then you'd be able to cook. But anyway,
I think it's interesting. In my head, it's like an inbuilt consistent filtration system, which does. I'm wondering if it produces its own oxygen or whether it just refilters what's in there.
It's
Which is
magic.
very interesting.
A wizard did it. Alright, that's the first and only time I'm ever going to use that card in this campaign, I imagine.
everybody take
Okay.
note. He used the card.
Now to ask the real pressing questions.
Exactly. Now we can ask the real questions.
Yes, how are you going to get out of this? As your sleep comes to an end, Vinny, you are aware roughly that you've probably got about, if it's like it usually is for all of you, you've probably got about 15 minutes, half an hour before the dome collapses. But you do not know how long that will be. So So what would you like to do as a party to get out of this situation?
First things first, do people want another dome before this one collapses? Because if so, it's going to take 10 minutes to ritual cast that, so we'll get started on it now.
And then
Just
Vinny has
check
to
that.
leave the dome in order for it to drop again, which would mean that he'd have to find a way to stick his hand outside into the snow or ice that is currently packed, from what you can generally
Can
tell.
also dispel magic it, but that would be expensive.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah, not worth
What?
it. If it's going to collapse anyway.
What we would wait. How long does it take to cast it with a spell slot?
1 minute.
Okay, that's better than nothing. Can we potentially try and make like a cubby hole up at the top, with our hands?
There's no way to shift the snow. There's no way to shift it anywhere. Right now, the snow is packed in by the weight of the snow above it, by what is quite possibly ice building up. From what you can generally tell as you go to kind of push your hand against the snow, it is packed tight. There is no way for you to move the snow or shift it given the sheer weight of what you're dealing with.
Hairdryer?
Hairdryers are magical, they don't
No,
work
no.
outside the dome.
Actually, everybody, Kirv was showing me a really good technique on how she thinks we can get out of this. Kirv, honestly, I think you might be onto something there. Do you want to show everyone?
I'm listening very keenly. I'm curious to what this is.
It's going to blow your mind. It absolutely blew mine when I saw it. I think Kirv might be the next great wizard of our time.
Amazing. Kirv, what is it? Like a powerful spell?
Okay, I know I'm embarrassed, but Kirv wouldn't be. Okay. So, guys, if you get stuck under the snow and you don't know which way is up and which way to dig through, you've just got to dribble. And whichever the way the dribble is going is the opposite way you climb.
You see Cat's face, like, full of excitement because you're about to learn something powerful. Just slowly, like, goes into a questioning. What? Huh? We know.
Mortar is just grinning ear to ear.
Just looks at you both. Okay, but we know what way is up.
Do we?
I don't know.
Roll for sanity. Everyone just roll for sanity. It's Kirv flips this roll on its.
Why don't you dribble and show us this amazing skill?
I don't know why
agree.
no
I've
one
seen it.
else seems to know how to dribble.
Honestly, it's because it's been done so well by you. No one else could possibly live up to your dribbling skill.
Cat's trying to find an excuse to not dribble. I can't dribble since the monster took over my body.
You know, Mortar, I think you're trying to make fun of me.
Mortar will look mock offended and go, "Me? Moi? Your faithful friend who's been trying to find blood for your weapon? Surely not. Please, honestly, I'm probably about the most useless person here when it comes down to this situation, so I'm just exploring every possibility.
He can't dribble, he has a mask on.
And I can't dribble because I have a mask on.
Well, when I'm the only one to survive, I'll be the one laughing.
I'm dribbling.
Yes.
So,
Oh, that was fun. Okay, so real talk. I have never been buried alive before, but I don't care to make that one of my experiences that adds to my already piling traumas. So, does anybody have an idea on how we can get out of this, or a tool or something that we can use? Like any magic or... What's kind of our thoughts? Because snowy terrain ain't exactly my thing, I'm afraid.
No,
You know what? Hear me out here. Ice, right? What's the opposite of ice? Fire.
Water? Oh.
We melt the ice.
Interesting idea. Do we want to give that a go?
We have limited oxygen once the bubble is produced.
Or what's
Wait,
worse,
sorry.
drowning or suffocating?
Yes.
So, I have to say,
Congratulations. Fire will do both. Pick your fucking poison.
Okay, Romulus, what's your idea?
We dig.
That's what I was saying. I was...
No, you said fire. You are
and dribble.
That's fucking fire.
now, guys, let's not pick on Kirv. The idea of dribbling was very
Look, we've moved
interesting
Mortar.
idea.
Look, we've moved past that.
Never
Let's
move. I
just
will never
fucking
move past this. This is. I will never
Yeah.
move past this. This is stuck in my brain from now on.
When the
No,
bubble
I feel
drops, I can dimension door up and start digging from above. But
Okay.
we kind of could do with finding out how deep this snow is.
Is there any way to do
Also-
that? I mean, you saw it coming, right?
Yeah, I did. In fact, the dragon got pelted by it. So I'm gonna ask the dragon, how deep does he reckon this snow is?
I could send Filch up there.
fuck do I know?
There's no way of getting him up there.
You can dig.
Unless-
Or if I throw him really hard into the ceiling,
Oh,
he looks like a javelin.
You wanna give it a go?
No.
No? Sounds like a great idea. Maybe you should give it a go.
Is that Eugene?
No, that's me.
Yeah, okay.
Also, I was thinking about grabbing it and throwing it if Kirv doesn't. His hands are kind of starting to twitch a little bit. Like, that's a real throwable bird.
Filch just cowers deeper into
Bird's
my
like
cloak.
the bird is like a real friggin' throwable Kirv. Why did you summon such a throwable bird, Kirv? Why would you do that to me? Okay. I mean,
So
the
how
idea
are
of
we
a
gonna
dimension door
dig?
sounds great, but
Oh
idea
yeah,
of a
sorry,
dimension door
dimension
sounds
door.
great, but like how? No, you're right. I mean, digging sounds great, but like we actually can't move. Like dome restricts all space and everything, and surely the dome's just going to collapse on us when we release it, right? I don't really know. I mean, Mortar kind of turns to Romulus and goes, were you in the mount? Were you from the mountains? Is that right?"
Yes, I was a mountain dweller.
Okay. So typically, if anyone was caught in an avalanche, how would they deal with it? Just dig, or would they like put a pole up or something to try to receive like any help? Or obviously that probably wouldn't work now because we're probably the only ones out here.
Chris, can I make a roll for my avalanche experience?
Yeah, go for it. I'll say just make this a... We'll say a d20 plus 5. This will just be more of a luck roll in this instance, but the plus 5 is just because it would make sense that you might know something about this.
Do you think my dribbling could give him inspiration?
That is a natural one. No, I'm afraid that the standard procedure was just wait for death.
Yeah. In your case, you never really had too much snow near your area where you were raised. It was mostly rocks, and the most thing that would happen would be more of like a gravel avalanche. And in such a case, the case would be just to dig out as best you could. And if you found yourself next to a large rock, try and wait for help. As trying to move while there's a giant rock in the way, if that collapses on top of you, could kill you instantly. You thankfully never had to deal with the situation, but also means you don't have the expertise to help with this scenario. Vinny.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. It's all holding itself together, right? Because it's also heavy and it's like compacted.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah, it looks like it's
It-
kind of
it's-
it looks like it's crystallizing.
So it should probably hold its shape somewhat once the bubble drops. Hopefully.
Yeah, you can
Right.
make
Romulus,
me
you seem to be the
a
ice expert.
nature check if you would like to.
Can I help with it?
Yeah, I'll allow one of you to. Oh, Cat, I still need you to make me the con save against the point of exhaustion here.
Ah, okay.
DC is 10. Not a big DC, but still possible.
Yeah, I've made it.
Yep. Okay.
I've got like a +4.
Okay, you're pushing past it. The DC will steadily increase by 1 each time you take a short rest, but
No short rest for me. I'm jogging on the spot.
inside the dome.
Not inside the dome. We need the air. Okay.
Right. Nature check then, you said?
Yeah, if that's alright. I'll say either you or Cat can do it, given
Yep.
Cat saw the avalanche. In this instance,
My nature has a +8.
It's yeah.
Okay. Set with advantage then. Oh, good. That's bad, but +8 +6 +8. Oh, come on, Jamie. You got this. 14.
14. You otherwise look at the ice. You've not made an ice elemental before. You've only seen a few in nearby areas. It's possible that it's crystallizing. It's hard to say for certain, though, if it will hold. Right now, a lot of the weight seems to be being supported by the dome. Once that disappears, because it disappears all at once rather than gradually, it could collapse, or it could maintain its support for a period of time. You are otherwise unsure.
I don't suppose, based on the size of the mountains and stuff of where we were when we made camp, and considering Mortar's expertise as a ranger, obviously this is slightly different because he's not been in a snowy climate. I'm assuming in the lands of desolation, Mortar did contend with like landslides or anything.
Only partially being buried by snowstorms, but not snowstorms, sandstorms. But in those cases, it was usually hunker down and then, like, have a way out from whatever tent you may have had on you. In this instance, you haven't had the chance to make a way out.
Okay.
Well, we can't get in through the ice because the ice is solid. Trying to get our hands outside.
Vinny,
Cast
you are
anything,
aware
aren't
you
you?
have about 5 minutes left of the dome.
Okay. I think our priority is getting someone to the surface, is getting a couple of people up. So whether that looks like a dimension door or something like that, yeah, we'll just have to. I think we might just have to chance it, to be honest. So I guess probably the next question would be, who would be the most valuable asset up there rather than down here? I can more or less guarantee I will be. I can more or less assume I'm gonna be a detriment in this case, because I don't have any expertise when it comes down to this kind of terrain. So I think having someone who's stronger may be the best call to start digging.
Has anyone got digging tools?
I have a
I
crowbar
believe
and a
so.
shovel.
Shovel, good.
Vinny, how many times can you cast Tiny Hut?
Quickly. 5.
And after that, you could, if I was able to hold you up, you could potentially cast it more times.
Oh, interesting.
I mean, I can cast it theoretically indefinitely if you give me time to cast it slowly. That's not gonna. That'd be more a case of like stalling rather than making progress, though.
Well, it casts centered on yourself, right?
Correct. Yes.
So if I were to hold you up, a second layer of dome would occur. Above the first.
Yeah, I think it might replace the first one. I'm not actually certain.
Only if you leave the area.
You know what? That's true. I've never tried it.
That's an interesting idea. We'll give that a try.
It might not get us very far, but it does mean we can go up a little bit higher. And then we can move you to the top of that one and make another, and so on and so forth. We'd need mold earth to be being used to create a platform beneath us, but that's not impossible.
Currently do not have earth beneath you to use.
Oh, is it just all rock?
It specifically for mold earth requires loose dirt. Right now you are dealing with frozen dirt beneath. This is dirt that has been frozen.
I thought the area beneath us was not frozen because of the warm atmosphere.
If that's the case, then it would be a very, very thin layer of it. Because the dome
layer.
doesn't go through total cover.
Right.
So it means
dome.
that you'd have like maybe a millimeter of dirt to work with.
Okay.
At
It's
most.
a dome rather than a
sphere. Yeah.
Noted.
Yes,
Okay.
the area above us though would be included in the new dome, right?
Yes, because it doesn't say that it can't be appeared. It just says an immobile dome of force springs into a distance around you. It says nothing about it needing to not have stuff in it. So theoretically, we can do that and make a physical, immobile next set. The snow that was above us would probably drop down, obviously, but we'd, that would give us a little bit more breathing room. Quite literally.
Would replace the void on the ground from where the first dome was.
Yeah. And because we'd have the higher dome above it when that one disappears, that should prevent a massive cave-in. There's definitely some work to be done here, but we can use the immovable rods to get you up further and further and get out completely safely.
There's also going to be a lot of pretty strenuous activity. Do you reckon you'll be up to it? I mean, you're going to be climbing, you're going to be casting, you're going to be holding him a whole bunch.
Yeah.
What do you want the rest of us to do?
As a general note, when it comes to casting spell, you won't be able to cast these ritually, because ritually requires you to cast it onto a surface, like drawing glyphs and symbols or anything likewise into a surface below you. So you wouldn't be able to ritual cast Lehman's Tiny Hut this way. You'd have to use spell points to do so. Just making that clear that casting it from here would take a minute casting, and it would use spell points to do so. I'll say you're also becoming acutely aware that that the dome is coming to an end.
Right. Well, if we want to do this, we should do it now.
Well, I was going to say, I can cast Levitate on you to raise you up a bit, rather than have Romulus carry you, if that works.
Save the spell slot for now, we might need it later. Either way, we've not got enough time to ritual cast this one, so...
We wouldn't be able to anyway.
Yeah, so I'll hold you up for this one. That just makes sense.
Okay, we should do that now then.
Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Okay. You hold Vinny on your shoulders, he begins casting Lehman's Tiny Hut. As you begin to feel the dome begin to fade, your new dome takes its place around the exterior of it, otherwise cutting off sections of it. There is a little bit of leeway and gap below the to the area below, because it's not completely flush with the ground now. It does curve in a little bit on itself. You watch as what you thought might be a relatively stable structure, where the top of it is now cut off, with the dome intersecting into it. Loose snow takes its place, and the entire thing collapses inwards. You are still safe inside the dome, but now it is loose snow instead of ice, so you do not have any supporting structure that might hold for a period of time. If the dome drops, so does the snow. You are now aware, however, that right now you are holding Vinny up. If you put Vinny down, he passes through the edge of the dome. Because everywhere around him is now powdered snow, and there is only space for you to stand at the bottom because you're holding Vinny up.
Right, okay, interesting.
The void we left behind should have been at least partially filled, right?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Okay,
right.
So there's a new surface.
Yeah, new surface. Which means that all of you can stick your hands through the dome now if you want to into the cold beyond, but you won't have anywhere to shovel the snow as you can't bring it in. So there isn't much displacement you can do because there's not much of an air pocket.
But we can pack it beneath the area of the dome, which Vinny could feasibly stand upon.
Yeah, that would make a new surface.
If you were to try and pat down the snow, you could, yeah.
Right. Everyone who's not me, start packing down the snow to make a place where Vinny can stand. I'm happy to stay here as long as you like, but it's probably in our best interest to make sure that we get a stable surface for Vinny to stand upon quickly.
Hang on a second. It just dawned on me. I have lockstep. If you lay your shield down flat, we could make a surface for him to stand on.
That's really good.
You know what?
That's
Actually,
really good!
that's pretty fair. Yeah, I do that. I take my shield.
That's
I place
really
it. In
freaking good!
Okay.
I hold it at the appropriate place. We'll have someone else hold it at the appropriate place, and yeah, Vinny steps on and lock
And I'll
state
cast
happens.
lock state.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll wild magic for me. Otherwise, Vinny,
Here,
unless
Sorry, get fucked.
otherwise,
Oh,
Vinny,
shit,
unless
that
you
is
weigh 50,000 pounds or more, Vinny, this shield will remain in place with you on top of it.
What should be
You're
a
fine.
one?
We're good.
Way to go, guys.
Would that 3 have done it?
I don't know.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a 3rd level.
Oh yeah, and it would
Oh,
then it
oh,
would have given you wild
exciting.
magic, but yeah. But yeah, so unless you weigh a horrendous amount, Vinny, there's no way that you're gonna break the lock stay on the shield. It now has to be removed via a command word from Cat, or alternatively dispel magic on it. So right now, this shield is here forever.
Amazing.
Okay. So
That's
you've bought
really, really freaking good.
So you've bought yourself 8 more hours if you have any other plans. Keep in mind that obviously you're now working with what you know is loose snow. You can only shovel so much, and you have maybe a foot at most that you can work with.
Okay. Well,
Do
the
we have to be
timer is definitely. The timer's oxygen, isn't it? Like that's our ultimate enemy. It's
Well,
like
no,
the fact
'cause-
that-
No, while the
now you've
dome's
got
up,
the
you
heart
can
again.
breathe quite happily.
Yeah.
It's when the dome's down you've got to worry about
Oh,
oxygen.
fantastic. Never mind then.
Do we
Then
have to
probably
be
what I would
completely out
say
of the bubble
is
to cast?
Hmm?
Do we have to be completely out of the bubble to cast?
Yes.
what I was going to say then was why don't we have it where our casters take a long rest? They can swap out spells that they need to, and then the next day we can do the dome again, right?
As a general note, you will have to, if you're going to be taking a long rest, you have to wait a full 24 hours, which means that Vinny will have to cast Lima's Tiny Hut twice more before you get the benefit of the long rest.
Except for
I see,
Cat,
okay.
who hasn't had one.
Except for Cat, who hasn't had one, correct.
So if we let Cat finish her rest,
8 hours, yeah.
she would regain her.
Then Vinny
she
would have
regain her
to.
spells.
Then Vinny
Perfect.
would have to do his.
Yeah, let's do that then.
Is that what people want to do?
Does we have any alternatives? Because we can be, the rest of us can theoretically be working on other things whilst that's happening.
Yeah, something you can
I mean,
do.
I'm happy to take the long rest, but at the same time, I mean, if I can just get Cat outside of the bubble enough, I can Dimension Door. Though, to be honest with you, if I get a long rest, I can then activate Featherfall. I can Dimension Door bloody high up, and guarantee I'm not going to suffocate.
Yep, I think that's the plan.
Okay, all right. I will. If everyone's cool, I'll take the long rest then, and that'll be my plan.
And
then,
Vinny, you'll
if we
have to
could just-
use Learman's Tiny Hut once more. Again, you won't be able to ritual cast due to the nature of you can't draw it on the shield because it's not a large enough surface.
So you can't cast
Yeah,
it on
so
the
just
shield.
so I'm understanding.
Yeah.
The entire, like, however tall void beneath me is now completely full of snow. Or not.
So
Not entirely, I
particle?
don't think.
let's
No.
Because you
so
say frozen.
diagram wise, I'll do a before and after. So this was before. 10 foot, roughly, it'll be higher than that, but you get what I mean. Something like that. I'll remove that one. So it was roughly that shaped. Now, you're working with something that's a bit more akin, because your point of origin was there. Your point of origin has gone up by 5 feet, so you're now looking at something a bit more like that. Very roughly, but that's what you're working with. So these bits at the edge, which are the voids, these have basically begun to fill in with the powdered snow. Anything that was cut into by the dome has otherwise evaporated and turned to natural humidity.
Ah, okay. I see.
Yeah, so it's not that it fell out the bottom of the dome, it's that it's now been incorporated into the dome's natural humidity.
God, by the time we get to the top, that's going to be a real humid dome.
Yes, you're going. Well, it's
Obviously.
it's comfortable for you. It just means that the moment that the dome ends, if it's at the surface, most of that humidity is turning to water because the dome helps you feel like it's comfortable.
Okay.
But yeah, and you don't know how far the snow is up, but going 5 feet up and cutting through it, you can tell that you're 5 feet closer to whatever the surface may be.
Fair.
Oh, yeah. Way to go, guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, I guess the plan is then, Cat, get your rest. Vinny, are you resting as well?
I mean, you're only...
I
Everybody
can't
but
long
Cat is going to have to take short rests at most. No one can long rest except for Cat.
Oh, sorry, I thought we were saying Vinny could. My mistake.
No. No, it's just Kirv, or just Cat who can, sorry.
Yeah, my audio keeps cutting out a little bit, so I'm getting like bits and bobs a bit. But
That's okay.
okay. So what can the rest of us do then while that's happening? Because we got to pass. How long have we got to pass? 8 hours.
8 hours.
The rest of us could theoretically try and go around the side and start trying to dig up. I
Yeah,
mean,
that
there's
works.
nothing that would
We-
stop us from
we can
doing
do
that,
that.
is there?
There's nowhere to displace the snow too outside of the small gap at the bottom.
Well, yes.
That would give us that would give us a platform to stand on where we could also ritually cast. 8 hours worth of digging, we will be able to get a lot of snow.
If you ritual cast, it will then take the dome back down.
True, but then that would
Yeah,
mean that the
I'm-
dome above us would drop and. Okay, so there's theoretical things that could happen there. A lot. It would be unlikely for it to shift laterally if it's settled, so it's more likely to drop directly down.
Yeah.
But then that could cause further inwards collapse.
Yeah.
But it's
Hold
it's
on,
a little bit of a
let's-
balancing act there.
Yeah. It's one of those
Cat
that,
or
depending
cat?
on where you want to try and dig, right now it's loose snow. Originally it was like thin ice, so I did a roll on my part. Spoilers, it was a natural one, so it was going to break anyway. But
So we did do the right thing.
you did do the right thing, yeah, because I would have rolled and it
So-
would have been a 1 in 4 chance of it breaking.
So Cat or Curve then? Do either of you guys have like a spell that can freeze things? Because if we can freeze the areas of snow that are
Beneath us.
loose,
Cat's
yeah,
asleep.
beneath us.
Right,
okay,
we
fair.
have the cold steel weapons. They deal cold damage. I don't know if that would be helpful in this.
Keep in mind, magic
Is
cannot
it cold
pass
steel?
through the
Cold
dome,
steel.
so you
Which
won't
it wouldn't be because
able
we'd be
to-
going underneath it.
So you'd be
It's a
going
dome, it's not a
underneath.
sphere.
That's true. So it's
Bear in mind what? Oh, sorry.
The ghost steel, but its spells can't cast through the dome. Spells and magical effects can't extend through the dome or be cast through it. Objects within the dome when the spell was cast can move through it freely, however.
Hmm.
Yeah, because they're on the.
I guess that is a point. It's a dome, not a sphere, so it would actually just be cut off at this point.
Yeah.
Right here.
Which means that the shape of our bubble, the shape of the area which we're in would be more like the top of a how do I put this? It'd be a rounded cylinder, I'll say.
Yes.
Mm.
You know, a water tank? A sort of a rounded water tank.
There you
shape.
go. There you go.
Trying very hard not to describe what else it could look like.
Yep. Dude, I know you struggle. So really, the shape of it is actually a lot more accommodating to what we would need. So, yeah, does Curve have any like cantrips or anything that can do like cold damage?
You want specifically damage, or do you want the cold effect?
Yes. Cold damage.
I
Specifically.
cannot do cold damage, I'm afraid.
Okay, and what's the cold effect?
Oh, just like prestidigitation.
You can make things cooler, which
Mhm.
might be
Might
able to
help
make
solidify.
freeze.
That's true. That's true. I was more thinking if we had something like frostbite or something like that, we might be able to like freeze the not frostbite. Chill touch, not chill touch. That's
Ghost Steel
frosty.
deals slashing damage, but also cold damage. Most of us have a Ghost Steel weapon of some description.
I think it's Vinny and you who do, right?
Yeah.
So, just for
okay.
clarity here, for the sake of the nature of this, this goes to Cat as well, in the nature of this. Because it is a dome specifically, there would be no safety for the underside of this. That doesn't mean it's going to cave in and fill due to the nature of how physics works. So that does mean that there is a space underneath where casters can cast spells, except for
Yes,
Vinny,
that's-
obviously, because he's
Okay,
inside the
there we
dome
go.
still.
He's got to stay there.
Yeah, because it's specifically a dome, because it does specify a hemisphere, it doesn't settle on a spherical shape. So that does mean that that would stay as is. Does mean that I've also just figured out that if a creature does burrow underneath you and try to swallow the dome, all of the rock and you inside will go into its mouth.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's a very good spell, but it's a dome. It's not a sphere. So
Yeah.
that's
It
what I was
does
thinking
have-
earlier.
It does have its
when you were
upside and
describing it,
downside.
or in this case, just an upside.
Yeah, so in this side, Vinny has to stay where he is, unfortunately. But, so, that would actually mean that, Cat, if you're getting a long rest, you're going to be sleeping outside the dome unless the party is going to build snow up so that you can sleep inside it.
Really, we want to keep Cat as warm as we can, so that way she gets an uninterrupted night and doesn't wake up with like exhaustion levels and stuff.
Mm.
So I guess we can use the snow.
The snow
That
that we
way-
dig out to try
Yeah,
and
to
make
pack,
a.
pack it up and
Okay.
to try and make a plan.
In which case, I will say athletics checks for up to 2 of you who will be helping with this.
I mean, I should absolutely help with this.
And
You
Cat, I'll say
absolutely
go
should.
ahead and roll me a
My
roll me a
athletics is
Constitution
ass.
saving throw, Cat.
Okay.
His curve's pretty strong, right?
I love that you've decided that she is.
The head cannoner's curve is strong, turns
Yeah.
out.
The head
Uh,
cannon is that Curve
17.
has succeeded on pretty much
17?
every
Okay.
athletics check.
I'll
as far as
say
I'm aware.
with this, you'll be able to get a long rest. The nature of whether you'll suffer any chilled or not will depend on how the other two do with making a safe area for you to sleep. So, the athletics of those you helped.
So who's the strongest? Obviously Romulus, but who else do we have who can? I mean, I'm
It's-
happy to, but I don't
It's you
think.
or Kirv, because
Got
Vinny
the
can't
York
help.
Curve, yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. What's Curve's strength?
I think we need to arm wrestle to figure it out.
Mortar agrees.
Curve is just a +1.
Yeah, same here.
Oh man. Oh, that would be a draw. then.
Comes to a tiebreaker. We now have to rock paper scissors for it.
All right.
Curve will
Whichever
do
of you
I love the
wins,
idea.
I'll-
I love the idea of whoever we're doing all of this and Romulus is already finished by the time we're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Romulus, what did you get?
I rolled very poorly. It was only a 15.
Okay. So, while these two are discussing what kind of strength they have, Cat, you fall asleep, but it is vaguely interrupted by the sounds of arm wrestling and rock, paper, scissors being played in the background. You do get the benefits of a long rest. 8 hours have passed. Vinny, please expend another use of your Liam's tiny hut in order to keep it
Yep.
going. This does also mean that my original anecdote of the snow being turned into the humidity, some of it probably would have fallen through and made up the bottom, but still gives you plenty to work with. So you use another Liam's tiny hut. Cat, you finish your long rest.
Okay.
Are you casting mage armor at the moment?
No.
Okay, so you're holding back on your mage armor from your usual
I'm
routine.
reserving the cast of any spells until we've got out.
Okay. So, what
Oh,
is
man.
your plan of action from
Mortar's
here?
I think first off, Mortar's going to walk up to Vinny, who's been maintaining that spell, and just go, "Holy shit, dude, good job."
Oh yeah, thanks. No worries. It's no, it's actually really difficult.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it looked it. Magic, am I right?
Yeah,
Yeah, dude.
yeah. It's just I'm so
also-
powerful that I can do this in my sleep. But
Mortar's like, I
That's
believe
destiny.
it. No, from what I just saw, you're flying on a platform thing. I didn't even know you could do that. It's freaking wild, dude. Mortar is fully unaware that this is a ritual spell that takes no like pressure on Vinny, so he just
Yeah,
walks
well,
away.
you know, I usually hold back in an actual fight. You know, you gotta give people a chance.
Dude, I respect you so much right now.
Yeah, if I just
Ooh.
flew in on a shield and lifted the heavens, I would show all the rest of you up.
Dude.
So.
I have a
That is
question,
so mad.
Chris.
Go for it.
When the initial change between the two bubbles was cast, that
Mhm.
would have been it would have been daytime, right?
It would have been dawn from what you can guess, but there'd be no accurate way of really telling.
There should have been some potential light, at least brighter than would be surrounded by a massive load of ice and snow.
Wait, you mean when it changed? If you had seen any form of light from the surface?
Yeah, essentially, just the
weather conditions that you remember were thick snow, or not thick, but a snowstorm to a certain degree. So there would be no. You haven't seen the sun for the past few days, really.
Was worth a try.
Can we feel any wind?
No.
That's another thing.
You are who knows how many feet deep in, buried in snow,
Fantastic.
inside of a hut that makes it
No,
comfortable,
that's the
so
main
you
thing.
do not know.
So it's going to be periodically each day, basically just checking for wind or anything, just making sure that we're not getting like closer if we are getting close, just as kind of a thing, just on the side passively.
No, that's fine. So, Kat, now that you have had your long rest, what are you doing?
Okay, is there anywhere I can actually cast?
Yes,
My
directly
spells.
below the dome, you can basically lie down prone, and you can take you and somebody else with you.
Who's coming with me? I need someone to help me find this place.
Okay, we need Vinny down here to maintain his ultra-powerful bubble of badassery.
Mm-hmm.
I am useless up there, and I'm useless down here, so
You
I
might be able
wouldn't
to
make
detect
me a
their
good
thoughts
pick.
and stuff. I basically need to know, because if we dimension door up high and then there's wind, then it could knock us off course slightly. So I need someone to help me to try and locate people.
Also, kind of gives a sheepish shrug and kind of says, "Actually, my power's more for evading creatures with intelligence. I can't actually detect it, but we do know Kirv does have."
If you say
spell that can
one
read
fucking
minds.
thing, okay. I thought you were going to say
she
the
has a spell
school
that can
thing.
read. She also has a technique in which we'll know if we're going up or not. See, it's called dribbling, and it's amazing.
I'm just despairing right now. Okay, so...
If you want to cast that mage armor now and roll for wild magic, I'll allow it.
No, good. so our best bet at the moment is essentially a detect forts, which gives us a 30-foot radius of...
Yeah, 30
So
foot radius.
if they're outside of 30 foot, then we have no way of making sure we're in the right place.
If you teleport directly upwards...
But if there's
trying
wind...
to think of a way we could, like... Yeah, I suppose. I suppose if we can find a way to basically make something that can almost poke through the top. Do we have anything that's like extra? Do we have like anything extra long, or like a pole or something we can use, or like?
Do you have any of that in your inventory?
Do we have
I've
extra long
got-
pole in inventory? I don't.
Yes, but it wouldn't be a group sale like that.
How extra long?
Anything, well, as long as we have, basically. Anything that we can kind of poke as far up as we can to essentially alert them to our presence. It's a very, very limited idea, but it's the best I can think of. Like, it's
so
something.
I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can spare 5 pole-based items.
I mean, that will do. 100%.
Um,
If we're able to combine them together somehow, then maybe we can, when the dome drops, we can poke them through the ceiling as high as we can. Then when Vinny activates the dome, it should push it up a little bit more. So it should be at its absolute tallest height.
okay,
Which means
yeah.
if...
Well, I might
which
be
means
wrong. It
if
might be only
they
4.
teleport- Okay, that's as good as we're going to get. I mean, I can put my sniper rifle on the end of it as well, but then I won't have a weapon.
That could be good. So, I have my maul. I have the Ghost Steel Halberd, although that one might be kind of unhelpful. I have the Dane Axe, and I have the Mahogany Polearm pole. I'm thinking of binding them in.
Vulture. So I can add an extra little bit of length to that as well, potentially. I'm trying to think. There's no. I was about to say there's no way with my connection with the weapon I can remotely trigger it to fire.
No.
I was going to say that would.
No, but I do have a very long bit of string.
I mean, hey, that'll work. That'll do.
Okay.
Fuck it. Let's get to lashing. As I'm going to proceed to lash all of these together.
This is so
Mortar will carefully make sure Romulus does not touch the Crimson Vulture as he also secures it to.
What are you lashing together?
So,
I'm not sure.
I'm starting off with the maul is going to be the base because it's the thickest.
Okay.
I'm then going to follow it up.
Go in reverse order because you currently have 15 feet to maneuver with for building these together.
You're right. And to clarify, my Ghost Steel Boy can pass through, right? Like that's. It's not going to just donk on it.
So long as it's attached to you.
What do you mean donk on it?
I think so long as you're long as you're holding, it shouldn't. It should pass through because you have been accepted into the dome.
Into Le Bouble, indeed.
To Le Bouble, if you would say.
So, idea here is I'm going to start off. Wait, so when you say reverse order, do you want me to go bottom up or top down?
I want you to go from the first one that's leaving the dome.
Okay, so the first one that's leaving the dome is going to be the gun, but I'm not touching the gun. But we do have enough room to
And that's
move
being
that.
lashed with what to what?
I have. Wait, give me a second here. My thing won't scroll. Give me a moment. I am lashing with my high strength silk.
Okay.
To. Yeah, I'm going to say that's going to be lashed to the Ghost Steel.
Okay. So Mortar, make me a sleight of
lash-
hand check, because you're going to have to be the one who ties
So
this.
before he. Yeah, so not just that. Mortar, because Romulus said he has a very thin string, Mortar is also applying a very thin string as an experiment to the trigger. So that way, when it goes up, when it's fully gone up and everything, Mortar can pull on the trigger to basically make a loud noise where the rifle is poking. And hopefully that should help to kick up some snow and maybe make it easier to see.
Decent.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Let's sleight of hand, yeah?
Yep, make me a sleight of hand check.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Okay, I have a +4 to this. Come on. Come on, big numbers.
Yeah, you aren't doing this in a hurry, so the DC is not going to be high, and I'm allowing you to see your roll.
I'm taking my sweet ass time with this.
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Oh, that was so close. That's a 17.
Okay. They're lashed together as best you can.
That's a 13, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
They're lashed together as best you can. You tie the string around, you tie the cord around the trigger for the gun, and you begin to. And Romulus, you begin to push it through the top of the dome as best you can. Go ahead and make me a strength check.
Okay. Would it be beneficial if at this point I used my Giant's Might to push myself up a little bit?
If you use the Giant's Might, the dome breaks because a large creature has entered its space.
Understood. I will not be doing that.
Need advantage, I can enhance ability.
I think I would actually quite appreciate advantage on this.
It's not a bad idea.
Okay.
Because I feel like enhance ability is that something you can maintain?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Then
lasts for an
wizard of
hour.
our time.
Then I have my ability has been enhanced.
Okay.
It's already
Roll with
looking pretty good,
advantage,
but let's
see.
best to crit fish. Oh, so
Okay.
fucking close.
And this is
So
athletics, sorry, not strength.
So that would be a total of 27.
You push the pole and the gun up through the snow as best you can. As you keep pushing, you've reached a point where you would now lash the next object to the ghost steel halberd.
That will be the mahogany pole arm.
Okay.
Also, I will aid in tying this.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a sleight of hand check then, Mortar. And then we'll go to the athletics for the next one.
Okay.
I can also potentially assist in that, seeing as I'm
Yeah.
here.
I'll say now that
Yeah,
you can
I was gonna
touch it,
say,
there'll be advantage on the sleight of hand.
Go, go, go.
Okay. Be that juicy advantage. Come on. Alright, I had a +4 to this. Okay, 15.
Okay. It's good. It's a little bit difficult tying these two pole arms together in a way that they're going to stay in a good, stable situation, but you've done the best that you can. Go ahead and roll me an athletics check, please.
Athletics,
Yep.
okie
Retaining advantage because of the enhance ability.
dokie.
Lasts for an hour, so.
Yeah, you got plenty of time.
It's only a 21.
Only a 21. Okay. You keep pushing up, and as you are pushing, you feel that there is less resistance all of a sudden.
Oh!
Ooh, very good. Well done, guys.
Okay, so
Make
the
me a survival
approximate-
check here.
Can I
I would
get
love to help.
assistance from someone? Yes.
I have expertise in survival.
I am going to
I
say...
would love to help.
I'm going to say...
I'm happy to either take advantage or to let you roll.
I'll say
whatever
make
works.
it with advantage, because I'll say that it won't be Mortar who'll be helping you with this, it'll be Cat. For the sole purpose of this is more mathematics rather than survival itself. And Mortar,
that
I
should
don't know
be-
how you are with mathematics, but I'm pretty sure you have a negative intelligence, which means maths might not be your
22.
strong point. 22.
That's correct.
You know from this
Mhm.
that the snow seems to be about 20 foot deep.
The snow is 20 foot deep.
It is
We are
not as
Gucci.
deep as you thought, and thinking
It's a
about
sigh of
it, given that you were near the edge of the mountain and a lot of the snow probably travelled a good, who knows, maybe a few hundred feet off into the clearing beyond, you're probably at the lesser end of the snow drift.
Okay. I can deal with that information.
Okay, so what are you doing now? Oh, by the way, Kat, have you been lying down this whole time under the dome?
No, I've kind of been waiting to find out, and then I was going to lay down.
Okay, good, because
Okay, I'm
you
not
get the
getting
general
cold.
sense that as you probably go to lie down, there is no oxygen down there, as it has been devoid of area for the past 8 hours.
Wait, I thought we made the packed area for you to be on, so you'd be.
In which
within
case you
the-
can't cast Dimension Door, because there is no space below the dome for you to lie and cast Dimension Door.
Well, we only needed enough for one person to lie on there.
Yeah, so then she's going to the area that is below the dome, which isn't packed.
Oh,
so
okay.
that...
Sorry,
this-
I thought you meant like
No,
had
no,
been
no.
staying down there and had suffocated to death.
Oh, no.
Okay.
This is after when she goes to if she goes to cast Dimension Door.
Right.
Okay,
Well,
does anyone want to
Mortar-
come with me, or shall I just go up there and meet you?
At this point,
I mean,
You
It might-
should take someone with you.
yes, take
it's always
Kirv,
worth it.
and then you lot
Yeah,
can
I
start
don't
being
have a
down,
weapon.
and we can
Cat-
start.
Cat's
Oh,
got to the
by the
point
way,
where
by the way.
she's... Go on.
Mortar will also say, do not touch the first thing that you see poking up out of the snow.
Yeah, actually,
not
maybe
touch
do
it.
you want to be the one that
Do
goes
not
up there
touch
and
it.
helps?
I
I mean, in fairness, I'll be fine.
You will be, but I don't want Kirv grabbing that because that's
No.
a bad time.
That's fair. Well, you've said Kirv, everyone said Kirv. Cat's got to the point where she's like, I just want this over with. So, Cat sort of grabs hold of Kirv's hand and says, Tag, you're it. And lead her over, gonna go down and
Okay.
cast.
The two of you fall prone into the hole. You cast Dimension Door. Go ahead and roll Wild Magic and say in case something fun happens before you leave.
Leave, cast Elemental Detonation, blows up. I found them! As their bodies are flying all over the place.
No, you're fine.
14,
Okay.
you're good.
You cast Dimension Door. You and Kirv for a moment of we can't breathe as you go to speak the incantation. You are pulled upwards and gasp the fresh air. How far up do you go?
I went 30 foot to be safe.
Okay. You go up
Hang on,
30
it
foot and fall the 10 feet into the soft snow above. Kirv, go ahead and roll me a d20.
Okay.
The dragon's just there waiting.
The ancient dragon's just vibing.
Oh, no.
Hello.
No. This is if you get a 1 or a 2, that was close, you're fine. As you land, you find yourself mere inches from the barrel of Mortar's gun currently sticking up through the snow. As you kind of look at it. Mortar, you haven't noticed, but as Romulus has been pushing up, your string has been slowly getting more and more taut until it got more relaxed, and you're like, oh, that's good. You haven't noticed, but it's fallen off the trigger because it went too far for the string.
Perfect.
I'm going
Mortar
to
is
gather up
still
my
holding
string now.
We'll get there when you've broken out.
luck.
Right now, the two on the surface know exactly where the party is. So what are you going to do to get them out?
Yeah, it would be funny if we just left.
Takes a moment to
I don't
look at
hear
you.
this, but I do just yell up from the hole. Just so you know, I have all the food.
You cannot hear them currently.
I got 23 days of rations.
In fairness,
But no fucking spices.
No one.
Oh,
yeah.
that's the point.
I said he does have all
Checkmate, bitch.
the nice food.
He does
Also-
make nice food.
He has currently got my staff. Though look at this! Cat picks up the gun. I got a sweet gun now.
Okay, Romulus, you feel a tug from above,
Oh my god.
and
Ah!
Cat, roll me a athletics check. I believe you rolled a
Oh,
17 on your sleight of hand. So, Cat, if your athletics beats 17, you pull the gun free from the rest of the pole.
I'm just gonna clear this up now. Cat is not achieving that. She has a -1 to her strength.
Hey, natural 20s exist.
Yeah,
no. No, you go to otherwise pull on the gun. Romulus, you don't feel it. You're like, a little bit of wind moving the pole. Yeah, you don't know how they're doing up there. So what are you doing to dig the party out?
Alright. Oh, let's try this again. Oh, I'm gonna reach for my diamond. Sorry about last time, but can you help us dig these out, please? And I'm going to summon Trellodex.
Okay. A moment.
He's going to be whichever one has the dig. I think that's
That'll be chromatic, yeah.
That's chromatic, yeah.
So
he's
you otherwise hold the diamond there. In that moment, there's this kind of almost this gathering of frost around the exterior of the diamond and around your hand, although it doesn't hurt as this happens. Kirv, you watch as the wind begins to hit against almost this unseen form, as you see crouched down in what looks to be this not necessarily large draconic form, but large but of a comparable size to you two as humanoids. Almost a similar shape to Cat, as it otherwise begins to burrow and dig of what looks to be this kind of bright white draconic form, slightly translucent, and as it begins to peel away the snow as best it can. Okay, not much time passes. About 15 minutes or so into digging through the snow in this moment as Trellodex gets to it, eventually there's a moment where, Vinny, you watch as the snow above you becomes lighter, and you watch as this draconic head kind of pulls the snow apart and hits the edge of the dome before it begins to kind of shovel some of the snow as best it can, using its tail to whip a hole out of it. It has since, in its generally playful nature, Romulus, roll me a Constitution Athletics check here. As it has
Constitution athletics?
no, just strength athletics, sorry.
Okay.
With advantage because of the enhance ability.
Enhanced ability. I'm loving that spell, by the way. Vinny.
What's the strength of Trellodex?
28!
Okay.
apparently he has the stats of a normal adult dragon. Give me a second though.
Wow.
I've got it here.
Again, strong then.
19.
It's like
19? Okay. So, no, because it would be the Draconic Spirit, wouldn't it be? Because you're doing it through...
Yeah. Yeah, so 19.
Okay,
I've just looked at
19.
his
Does he
stat thing now.
have... He doesn't have proficiency in athletics, so he would fail this still, because you both rolled very high. But he otherwise, at certain points, has begun to pull the objects out of the way, as he has pulled the ghost steel halberd and kind of tossed it to one side, and then has grabbed them all and kind of shoved it back into the dome as a hole has been dug. And you all climb out of the hole to relative safety. Okay, now that that's done,
Look around.
And pick up all my
See if there's
stuff.
go for it.
something.
Make me a perception check, you two.
Come on now.
I mean, Cat has my gun, so.
No, perception check from Kirv and Cat, because they were the ones looking around.
That's
thank
all.
11.
No.
I was like going, my poor stuff.
No.
Come on, it should be right there.
Oh, no, your stuff's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Nine.
That's a
I'm
relief.
just wanting to know if there's maybe a dragon waiting for us all to get
No.
out.
There doesn't
Or-
seem to be anything around from what you can see. What did you get, Cat?
9.
9? No. Neither of you two can see anything that seems to be waiting for you up there. You managed to gather up your stuff. Cat, are you going back down to get the shield that's lock-stated?
Do I?
Yes.
Actually, I can just say the command, can't I?
Does it state how far away it has to be?
I know. Roleplay wise.
As when Mortar was on his
What's the range on
when
it?
Mortar was on his way up,
Like that, we
When
would have
Mortar
made
was
sure to
on-
grab that if that was an option.
Magical
Mortar was on his
object.
way up. Worst comes to
worst.
worst, he can cast Levitate on it and then just bring it up if he.
That's
releases
not
the
going to
lock
work. Levitate doesn't work on
No.
Lockstate. Lockstate
No.
overpowers
No.
anything that.
state.
tries to
No.
move it.
Listen. What I said was when she removes the lock state, I can have already cast Levitate on it, so I can just raise it up. So I
Fair.
can cast the spell on it. I may
What's-
not be able to move it.
The problem is,
So-
what's the range on Lockstate?
That's what I'm looking at. We haven't got a range for deactivate.
What's
we
the
have a range
range?
for casting,
Which
which
is,
is touch.
then it has to be touched in order for it to deactivate.
Oh damn! Well, we've been doing that
Hmm.
wrong for a little while then. Good to know.
All
right.
Or just spell magic, right?
I mean,
The spell magic could work
Yeah.
as well.
I feel that might.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's because it doesn't have an MGP cost. There are others that do have a distanced one, but they cost 50 GP of ground up gold dust in order to use. So, in exchange for the MGP cost, you have a melee version of the spell.
That's fair. Okay. No, that's good to know. I will make sure that is in the description.
Okay,
Not
so
a problem.
how are you going to be getting the shield out? Right now, there is a mostly filled-in cylinder all the way down. And Cat, you'll need to navigate your way down there. You could cast Levitate on Cat. You could cast Levitate. Either way, there needs to be some way of getting Cat in and out of this hole that you've currently made in order for her to unlock state the shield.
I'll cast Levitate on Cat.
Okay.
Don't you? What's the weight load of levitate?
Depends on what level Mortar's
yeah,
casting
we read.
Levitate at.
I will cast it at the highest possible level then to mitigate that.
What's the highest level you can
that'd be
cast?
third.
Third? Okay.
Third.
I will say, for the purposes of this, go ahead and roll me 2 concentration checks here, Mortar. These will be 2 con saves, DC of 10. The first one will drop Cat the 20 feet down into the snow and partially bury her with the shield. The second will be on her way back up.
Okay, so 2 con saves.
Yep, and whichever
Okay,
one
con
fails.
Plus 7.
Okay, so unlikely to fail, but a roll of 3 is possible. First one. She's fine. Second one.
17.
Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
Pushing and straining
Six.
Levitate to its absolute limits. Cat otherwise is drifted down into the crevice below. Says the command word, dispelling the lock state spell, picking up the shield, and levitates back up onto the surface above. At which point you have to break concentration and begin heaving in cold air into your lungs, as it is hard to maintain a spell like that on Cat. Yes, I'm fat shaming.
Mortar is doing his best. Mortar is doing his best to almost he's trying to magically flex, still under the impression that Vinny just did this crazy powerful old world spell, to stop them from being buried. So he's proper just occasionally catching Vinny's eye just out the corner of his eye, just proper flexing his use of this spell.
Good work. And
Greatest wizard of our time.
Vinny's just watching him like, is he flirting with me?
Cat, on the other hand, is like, saying wizard, but I'm pretty sure he's not a wizard.
It doesn't help that Mortar's eye, because of the effort, is like twitching, so it looks like he's just winking a bunch at you. Because of the effort.
So,
amazing.
you're all on the surface, you've gathered up your things, used some resources in the effort of getting here, but it is currently getting later in the day. As 8 hours have passed from the night before, evening is beginning to set in. And you can see, not far from you, looks to be the small village that you parked yourselves outside of last night.
We reckon we can push it and make it there before.
Oh, easily. You parked
Yeah,
about
but-
10 minutes away.
Yeah, we're literally
amazing.
just
Sorry,
outside.
I was under the impression we were. Oh no, this is the place with all the ghosts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we're
By the looks of it.
like 40, 50 foot away.
Yeah, you're about 50
We
foot
wanted to
away,
do a
and you can
circuit.
see that the
Right.
avalanche has taken what looks to be one of the buildings and kind of swept it away. The rest of it has what looks to be kind of partially buried in snow. These were old buildings, and so you're not surprised that maybe 1 or 2 of them have been caught by the avalanche and mostly destroyed. But you can see that the rest of them have just kind of snow piled up against them. You were caught on the edge of the avalanche as opposed to the main epicenter of it.
Ooh. Good job,
Okay,
guys.
right. Let's
Powerful
let's head
reflection
over
all
and
around.
start exploring then.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm now going to be casting mage armor.
Roll
just to
for your
clear that.
wild magic. Any other
I need
spells
to
that want to be
roll.
cast during this time? Obviously, Romulus, you still have your enhance ability up for the time being, and I will put a concentration marker on you, Vinny, just so we do not forget about that.
So I just
So
used
best to do
levitate.
strong things now.
Mhm.
Probably.
So right now, Mortar has used 5 of those, so he is down to 10 spell points.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't cast levitate twice. It's concentration.
No,
so
just
that's
one.
Good.
Yeah, you're fine.
Beautiful. Okay.
Okay.
So that is 10. I don't think I'm going to cast anything.
Okay.
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before-
I will.
I'm going to get
I will,
Cinder out.
however. I will use Spellblade on my weapon because I'm aware that we're going into a town with ghosts. When we're just outside, I will cast Spellblade to bypass any natural resistances.
Okay.
50.
So you were bringing out Cinder, and you also have Treladex out as well under concentration.
Yes.
I don't think I have any good. Actually, I have a. You know what this will do? I'll use a half dragon for this. That'll do. There you go. Now we Treladex for the time being.
Aw. My boy.
So, you otherwise head towards the village. As you proceed, going towards the village to kind of investigate the area, you can see that it is ruined buildings of all sorts. You can see what looks to be regular houses and domiciles, most of which have some form of a broken-in wall or roofing to it. You can see that quite a few of the doors are frozen, sealed shut. You can see that there is a kind of fresh layer of snow upon the surface of this area, old cold stones otherwise still peeking through from what may have once been a thoroughfare, and what looks to be off in the distance a larger building compared to the rest. The whole village itself seems to be pressed mostly up against the side of the mountain here. Let me quickly get you a map.
What's a idyllic location? Truly serene. Love what they've done with the place.
Big fan.
Big fan. So is
All
anybody
of
else getting the
the-
heebie-jeebies from this place?
All of these
Oh,
areas
absolutely.
seem to be buildings.
Absolutely.
So, where would you
Yeah.
like to be? You're currently coming in from this northern section over here. You've passed a few buildings already. You can see that the buildings are, from what you can tell, mostly mostly ruined in one fashion or another, broken in various places. But yeah, and while I quickly open up the map on my other screen, just so that I can do... Nope, I can't do that. You can see there is an opening on this side. I'll mark openings with a yellow marker. Green
Okay.
marker. There is an opening on this side of this building, and you can just about see there seems to be a break on the building on this side. The rest of any other breaks, or if there are open doors or anything, you currently can't see.
Right.
Sorry to
apologies, I need spirit
interject.
back.
I was going to say, talk about breaks. Would it be possible to have a break and I can make a hot drink?
Yeah, that should be fine.
I'm just going to pop some loot quickly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fine. If we
likewise.
want to take a quick break, that should be fine.
Right. Perfect.
It just felt like a good midpoint, sorry.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Okay, we'll take a quick 5-minute break there. When we come back, we'll carry on with this. Back. Anyone else here? No. Okay. Hello, chat. Too cheery.
I'm back.
Welcome back.
That was a really fun first half.
Well, the entire party being buried and spending an hour and a half digging themselves out. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the only thing Kirv actually contributed was the spit thing.
By the way, the plans that I mentioned about Tuesday, they've been shifted to Monday, if that's okay, or tomorrow.
Yes, that would probably be better because I've got a talking session on the Tuesday.
Okay, yeah, and that'll be we'll be getting picked up at 7.
7 p.m. on
7
Monday?
p.m. on Monday, yeah.
Okay.
Anyone else back yet?
Yeah, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Whew. Not gonna lie, for some reason I thought the avalanche was gonna take way longer.
I thought the avalanche was going to take way shorter, but here we are.
Oh well. Well, forgive us for not living up to your expectations.
No, this is us. We're going to take a long time to do anything.
I know. I
We
know.
had to get through several bits.
I know.
Mhm.
I will just say, come on, DM. You're talking to D&D players and you didn't expect it to take a while?
I
Come
know.
on.
I should know better by now. But, 94 episodes in and, I thought maybe they'd be able to come to a decisive decision on what they want to do to get out of the avalanche
You
within
do
half an
realize
hour.
that if there was like 100 feet of stuff above us, our options would be suffocate and die, or try and get out and suffocate and die.
I know, that's why there was only 20 feet of snow above me.
Yeah, but we didn't know that, so we were being very careful.
That's fair. Also, 100 feet
And
of
it was a
snow
good
is a
plan.
lot. 20 foot of
We don't know
snow
what
is a
your
lot.
mountains consist of.
Cream
2
cheese.
ancient dragons is a lot as well.
Mm.
Yeah.
Look, you
yeah.
brought that on yourselves by asking how many ancient dragons you were going to fight. That's on you.
I disagree, but there you go. Agree to disagree.
Yeah, I agree to disagree.
Yeah, that'll go.
Uh-huh. I'll be asking
I'm
for a
ashamed
marching
to go.
order in a minute.
I'm hiding between two elementals essentially, so
You just got bodyguards. Like you just got
I'm-
two straight up elemental bodyguards.
I'm bringing the bouncers, baby.
There you are. Yeah, you are.
I'm bringing the army. I wonder how many. No. By the end of this campaign, I want to see how many things I've actually got following Cat around.
And like how many summons you can do.
Well, at the moment, I've got 4.
What, up at once?
At this specific moment, yeah, I have access to 4. So I have Dragon, I've got Cinder, Tula if I technically want her to come out, and Jeff if I want to utilize Jeff. By the end of campaign, I want there to be at least 15.
What would you utilize
Apologies,
Jeff for, really?
Scouting.
Scouting.
He's not even that good at that, though.
Or casting touch spells.
Target practice.
Hang
Right.
on.
There
Vinny,
it
you
is.
back? Or slamming you
I'm
back?
back, yes.
Okay.
Oh
Yeah.
my god!
So, you're otherwise approaching the village. You can see the very clear old cobblestones, otherwise frozen over, a little bit slippery. Fresh snow, otherwise dabbled across the surface of it, and you can see before you what looks to be a market square up ahead. You can see there are several other buildings, otherwise trees growing that have grown up and long since overgrown the actual buildings themselves, but they're old buildings, broken for the most part. What would you like to do? And what marching order would you like?
I don't mind going first.
I don't mind going like more towards the back.
I'll go first.
We'll all just hang out at the back.
Fair.
Yeah,
Hoorah.
our best close range fighters in the front.
Yep.
Best wizards of our age.
And we'll make the best impressions, I'm sure.
Don't worry. Me
We'll die
and
immediately
Vinny
fist bump.
are right behind you, so that we can push you down any holes that appear.
Very good.
Ah, yes, the jokes. Just what we need to alleviate a situation that we may be running into. So
So,
glad to have you behind us
what would you like to
Whatever
do?
you say, meet
as
you.
we take the charge.
Move forward. What exactly is our goal here? Why are we in this town?
Looking for signs of Carvo.
Okay.
Who, sorry?
My friend Carvo.
Oh,
Looking
right,
for
right.
evidence of a
Okay.
temple to a defeated god.
Don't
we
worry,
just-
we'll
That's
find
the
your
best way
friend
to
bus
get.
train.
All right.
Why don't
so,
we just shout and just ask if anybody has seen her? It'll get people's attention one way or another.
If there are any people here,
And maybe
Do we just have a
Uh,
wonder to begin
oh,
with?
Oh, boat plane.
yeah, you know what?
Boat
Yeah.
plane. Where are you, boat plane?
out of curiosity, any of the buildings here, do they look like they resemble a church or a library? Anything like that that will have
Good
documentation?
question.
There's a larger building
that-
here,
Any kind of sanctum?
but that's the only. There is the only real building, from what you can tell, that's larger than the rest. The rest of these all seem to be single story.
Okay. Possibly a town hall then, that building. I'm just trying to think, something that's big might have a log of what's in the area.
Kirv is going to go straight ahead
might be an
towards
idea.
the store that looks like it's made of bacon.
Bacon?
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Curve otherwise goes rushing off. You
I'm with you.
see
Just-
what
just
looks to
here,
be.
okay, everyone.
You see what looks to be a series of old stalls.
Oh,
Most of
okay.
them have otherwise crates or barrels underneath them, which seem to be in not necessarily disrepair but disuse. Whatever's inside them has either frozen or molded. You're not entirely certain. You can try and pry some open if you would like to. You can see the old town square of what looks to be a fountain that may have once functioned and worked within this area. You can see the large building over here stands probably about a story and a half tall, and you can see a plaque outside of it that's otherwise very frosted and covered over with snow.
Mortar would like to Assassin's Creed climb on the nearest building to get a vantage point.
Okay,
It's good to see that, you know.
roll me
We've
an
put
athletics
together
check,
well.
please.
Absolutely. And now the appropriate people who need to be in front are in front. Problem solved. 8. So hold on. So did you say acrobatics?
Athletics.
Athletics. That would be 18.
18. You go to climb on the nearest building. Do you have any climbing equipment?
I was going to Assassin's Creed parkour my way up.
In which case, you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage as you slide down the frosted surface of the broken wall and the roofing, and slide and hit into the thoroughfare stones at a harsh pace.
Oh, I got. That's 1 point for me. I had Mortar fucks up on unnecessary acrobatics.
Very good, very good.
Did you have?
Mortar rubs his coccyx as he's landed on it again for the second
Thank
time.
God
this
you
week.
added the 6.
Oh, yeah, there are 6 of them.
Yeah, well, fortunately, I had a point on Romulus makes fun of Mortar, so.
Ah, damn.
I-
Well,
I-
luckily I had a point on Vinny makes fun of Romulus.
You guys,
I had a point on Mortar does random shit not necessary, but I don't know if that one counts
Mortar's not
yet.
listening.
Right.
I'm
Much as
not
I would love to
listening.
keep this running joke going, we should probably move up. We know there's at least
Yeah.
one kind of ghost here.
Yeah, that's true. What's
Yeah.
what's
Could be some that
exactly-
come out during the day as well.
Yes,
How
joke.
close are we to?
Romulus puts away a
Sunset?
bingo sheet.
How long
yes,
is it
let's
till
go.
sunset? The sun's not
Yeah.
really out. The weather is obscuring it, but it is darkening compared to what may have been the day prior.
Okay, this could be real soon. Heads up, they could come out really soon.
Right. Romulus, you're competent, right?
So I've been told, unfortunately.
Cat giggling in the
I
background.
had points on Vinny making a terrible joke.
Great. If you reckon it's about 15 minutes until sundown, could you give me a heads up? We can find the spot and set up our tiny hut.
Right, let's fucking go.
Well,
Just as a general note, right now, Cat is out of sync to the rest of you. So your long rests consist of 16 hours, with Cat benefiting from it as well. Because it
Oh,
takes
damn.
8 hours for all of you and then 8 hours for her because you guys are out of sync. You guys would have to stretch the extra 8 hours to meet hers.
I'm happy to stretch a little bit.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Yeah. So keep in
We
mind
still
that...
want to be in cover from the mist roads, though.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, let's go
I don't think
before
it's
it starts getting late.
Okay.
See
If
what we
anything,
can
it's probably
find.
best that we stay. It's probably best that we stay awake today anyway if we're going to be here. So.
Okay.
Right,
So,
let's get moving.
Mortar and Kirv, what are you doing? You've run off ahead, the rest of the party's kind of kept their distance and they're moving slowly through. What are you two doing?
So after recognizing that this is not in fact actually made out of bacon, I am going to investigate this building.
Okay.
Beckoning Mortar to join me.
You,
Also, I will join.
I
and
will
he will-
say you
he
have
will pull
seen
out-
these two doors currently.
Wait. What does Mortar pull out?
Mortar. That's it. No, Mortar changes Black Scorpion into a shotgun to really give him that Resident Evil vibe.
Okay, so those are the doors that you have seen thus far. You do not see any other doors from this angle, so you do not necessarily know if there are any entrances to any of these buildings.
Dan, do you have a preference?
500. There were once 500 people in this town. It was a ghost town.
Mortar is going to move.
What
What are the
called?
options? Sorry, this one here or this one here?
No, your
right?
throat went a bit weird.
Yeah, sorry, it's just in very intense situations I get a little more manly.
Sounds like someone needs
Makes
a
a
hot
nice
chocolate.
change. Yeah, I really do. Do you have one?
Not on me.
Oh shit. Well, what use are you?
Mortar is going. Mortar is going to move. He'll investigate this one. Sure, why
Let's
not?
check out this one.
Okay. You can see what looks to be
Stack up.
heading to the edge of this. What are your passive investigations?
Oh shit. Not good for
Passive
Mortar, I don't think.
Investigation.
Passive investigation.
Sorry.
What's the difference? I'm sorry.
Be on the core, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Mortar's passive investigation is an 8.
Okay.
But his passive perception is an
Oh.
18.
Oh, my passive investigation is good.
Passive investigation, 8.
Okay. So the two of you walk up to this building. Mortar, you note the door is slightly ajar. It seems to have been that way for quite some time. You do not know anything else of note, and you're going inside?
Mortar would just like to see if there's a wire or anything, like across the doorway in this town full of ghosts who wouldn't be able to make such a thing.
Okay. Make me an investigation check.
Yeah, that's appropriate. That's a 5.
Okay. No, there's no trap.
Mortar will go in with his shotgun raised.
Okay. Are you pushing the door open, kicking it, easing it open?
Mortar will just push it just gently and just kind of follow it in, just
Okay.
as quietly as he can.
Okay. The door opens. It otherwise creaks open, and you can see what looks to be the signs of an old tavern.
We're all getting closer as this is happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll say you make it to about here. You're seeing the buildings with the
Thanks.
doors kind of slightly open for some of them. You also note that there are multiple entrances in from the thoroughfare. Kat,
So it
what's
looks like
your
the
passive
tables have been
investigation?
disturbed.
My passive investigation is 23.
23.
Damn!
You, in this moment, as you're otherwise walking through, it's cold. You'd expect that. You're standing next to Cinder. It's warmer. You get this very, very present feeling of you're being watched.
Okay.
Vinny and Romulus, what are your passive investigations?
Mine is 11.
Okay. Vinny?
My perception's like 15, but alas.
This is just investigation. What's yours, Vinny?
13.
13. Okay. So Vinny, you're feeling this as well, but Romulus only once Cat mentions it are you able to note this. You feel as though you are being watched as you're walking through the street. Mortar and Kirv, you two are otherwise inside of the building now. You've got your shotgun raised.
I jump over the counter.
Roll me an
Does it look
acrobatics
like
check.
any of the tables and chairs have... Does it look like any of the tables and chairs have been disturbed?
No, not in a long time. But make me an investigation check to see if there might be
There's a
something that
dirty
stands out.
20 on acrobatics.
Dirty 20.
So I look really cool doing
You
it.
slide over the countertop, landing behind, feeling all smug for yourself in this moment.
Mortar puts his shotgun under his arm, does a little clap.
Mortar rolled got a 17 total for his investigation.
17. You look around the room, it doesn't look like it's been disturbed in a long, long time. But it also doesn't look like there are thick layers of dust that have collected here. You
Weird.
feel almost this slight odd, not necessarily sensation, but you feel strange in this moment. And we'll cut back to the rest of you. What are you doing?
Walking. No, I've informed even my elementals. Guard up. I'm pretty sure we're not alone.
Right, if that's the case, then we may be on the clock. If you think the temple is the best place to search, I think we should head straight there.
I would agree so too. But we've got the
Let's-
two goofballs that run into that other building.
Right, let's run up and join up with them then.
Okay. Yeah.
You run up as much as you can. Cinder, being careful to not light everything that's flammable around her on fire,
Mm-hmm.
I would say we'll be travelling slightly further back than the rest of you.
Should we try look into more of these buildings, or should we instead focus on keeping our sight lines open?
I think the other buildings look more like people's houses. I think our best bet is going to be the two bigger buildings. We might have answers in there, but
Right.
we're pushed for time, as Vinny said. So
Mortar and Kirv.
Mortar.
The two of you are in here as the rest of the party's having this conversation outside and kind of discussing what their next move will be. I'll say, Mortar, you've otherwise stepped in to see what Kirv did. As Kirv, you've landed behind there. As you land, there's a moment when you're kind of looking around. Most of this place is dishevelled. It hasn't been touched in years. And yet, what is your AC?
Ooh.
Shit.
And what's yours as well, Mortar?
16.
Good question. I haven't had to look this up in a minute. I think Mortar's might be an 18, but let me just check. Yes, 18 for Mortar.
Okay. Okay. That will miss you, Mortar, but will be a crit against you, Kirv.
oh,
Damn.
As Mortar,
just
you're
wanted to
otherwise walking in, you have your shotgun under your arm, you give the clap, and you're otherwise looking around, and there's a moment of thinking, something doesn't feel right about this place. It doesn't look nearly as disturbed as you'd think it would. And as it's beginning to get darker outside, you're used to it getting darker naturally, and you look over at Kirv, and you see what looks to be a form reaching through the wall, hands wrapping around the side of Kirv's face as she's looking down under the counter. In this moment, you see out of your peripheral a finger beginning to otherwise wrap around your face, and you quickly spin and pull yourself away in that moment as the two of you are attacked. In this moment, Kirv, go ahead and roll me a charisma saving throw.
I'm gonna riz it up.
What do
Oh,
you
you
get?
just chose the two rizziest people in the room.
Sorry. Hey, pretty Spectre, let me whisper in your ear.
Yeah, for sure.
What did you get?
17.
17. Okay. You feel the effects of this ghostly creature strike and tear through your form in this moment. As I need to roll the damage for this, actually.
As you successfully seduce the soulless spectre.
She like does a quick head turn, locks eyes
You
with it. The spectre just
take
goes,
18. You take 18 points of necrotic damage.
Yes, I chose the right one.
What?
And in
I
this
have
moment, you
When I
manage.
take damage, okay?
And in this moment, you
18.
manage to shrug off being possessed.
Oh.
oh boy.
Was that 18? Sorry.
Yeah.
18, yeah.
Are you possessed? You used to be my brother. Sorry, I know no one else will get that reference, but one of my favorite bits on the internet.
Okay. As these two forms have appeared in this moment.
Ooh.
The rest of you are otherwise unaware of this, but Cat, your innate sense of the area around you being strange is suddenly caught on guard in this moment as you quickly turn and face one of the nearby buildings as you watch as a form pulls itself out of the wall, and you watch as it stretches out a hand and this beam of energy shoots towards Cinder.
Okay. Well, Cinder's got her guard up, as I said, so...
Yeah, so I don't get advantage on the attack. That is going to be a 24 to hit Cinder's AC.
That will hit, but... Yeah, that will hit.
Okay. Cinder
It's hit by 6
takes...
ghosts.
Ooh, Cinder takes 15 points of necrotic damage.
That's fine. Hang on, let me... Where is Cinder? Because she has her defensive swarms. Reducing incoming damage, so I have 4. How much damage did Cinder take?
15
Ooh,
necrotic damage.
Okay, well...
Was that
so
all
she has
taken,
4...
or was that reduced?
No, I've got to roll 10s.
D10s?
D10s are green.
Yep. So is this to reduce the damage?
This is to reduce the damage. So she reduces the damage by 10. And she's got 2 defensive swarms in case there's a secondary attack.
Okay. So she takes 5 damage total?
Yep.
Her max is also reduced by 5.
Okay.
It's at this point you're beginning to watch as other creatures are beginning to pull themselves out of the nearby buildings. You see that they, for the most part, seem to be similar visage to mist wraiths that you've seen before. And I'll ask everybody to roll for initiative, please.
Ooh.
No, I was celebrating because I was like, with my draconic spirit, I can choose a resistance, and I knew we were going against ghosts, and I chose necrotic, and I chose the right thing.
Well done,
necrotic,
dude, well done. Smart choice.
Necrotic isn't part of the list for
It's getting
chromatics.
cold.
It's... Oh no, it's not a gemstone, is it? I've got a gemstone.
So you,
Was
so
it
then
chromatic?
it was chromatic. You had to choose to get the burrow. Yeah.
Okay, right. That is entirely my bad.
Cold wood.
It would have to
Cold
be
also does
cold.
work as well.
Yeah, it would have to be cold for the sake of it needing to be a white dragon.
Sucks at that. 7.
Okay.
Good God.
Okay.
Chromatic.
Let me see what I've got here.
Okay.
They got that. They got that. Got that. They got that. Ooh, okay. And they got that. Okay. So, 25 plus.
29.
29, of course. That's why I ask now. 25 to 20.
You're welcome.
21 for Mortar.
21 for Mortar. 20 to 15. 15 to 10.
10.
10 to 5.
Oh shit.
7.
Oh,
Oh, apologies. 17.
Oh,
That's
you've ruined my order, Romulus.
Look, I'm trying to find a bit because when someone gets possessed, I need to be able to post exactly this moment. What the fuck happened to you? Are you fucking possessed? I just love to hear people screaming, "Are you possessed?"
Uh-huh. I'm gonna put these on this side. I'll need these in a bit.
I like to imagine that, like 10 years from now, you'll be running a game for like an all-paladin party, and they'll be like, "Why do you ask the initiative so high? None of us have a positive modifier."
just fades into this moment. It's just.
Oh my word. One day maybe.
Me by like
29.
focusing on
right.
the funniest stat I could think of as a joke for this character will have like left a permanent impact on the way that you DM. That's funny to me.
That's fair. So, in this moment, the cold, not necessarily setting in around all of you, but a thin layer of mist beginning to form around your feet in this moment. Cinder taking a bit of a hit. Vinny, you are the first in this moment to be aware of the situation and what's going on. You can see one of the mist wraiths beginning to pull itself free from the building. You have no idea what's happening to your companions, but you otherwise hear scuffling from the building. That's the most that you hear. Sounds like moving of Kirv and Mortar, but that's about it.
Right, and I'm going to move.
Okay.
15.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, this is the other creature, so I can attack. Right, as I'm dashing in, I'm going to call over my shoulder. Go back them up. We'll regroup there.
All right.
Since I believe this is what worked last time, I'm going to go in for a stab with my cold steel short sword.
Go steel,
Okay.
not cold steel.
Go steel. Yeah, you're correct.
Okay.
I know Chris knew what we were saying, but
Yeah.
if for some reason he decided to be a dick, always better to be safe than sorry.
That's fair. Alright. So, go ahead and make the first attack. Okay, that's a good opening shot. Alright.
Okay.
Okay. You step forward in this moment, rushing around your companions with the cold steel, with the ghost steel short sword. You, with your hand on one end of the hilt and pushing upwards, you push up through its form, its torso, its neck, its head, as the creature otherwise whimpers and scatters as its essence is otherwise splayed back into the building.
That's just for posterity's sake. That was 26 points of piercing and
Yep.
2 cold.
Yep, that is more than enough. Okay, you take your first strike against that. You currently cannot see any others in the area, but you can see what look to be bits of them are almost essences beginning to coagulate on the edge of buildings as they are beginning to pull themselves free.
Okay, then I'm going to use the rest of my movement to back up.
Okay. Alrighty. End of your go. With a natural 20 for a 28. Ghost number 2 is going to go.
Damn.
Does Ghost get their possession back? Yes, they do. Possessive touch. That is
Please let me
a
hit Mortar.
18 versus you, Mortar. I believe that just hits.
Yep, hits. Yep,
Okay.
just hits.
So, you will take 13 points of necrotic damage, and roll me a charisma saving throw,
Hey,
please.
Chris, chill.
No.
Chris needs to chill.
The man has no chill. Hold on. Minus 13.
Yep.
Ow. Lots of ow. Ah, I'm on a sexy amount of hit points. Okay, that is...
Charisma saving throw, please.
Yeah, plus 7.
If it matters, this is against a charm-like effect.
Nope.
Double
Actually,
check what you as a Mordant get, because I believe you might have advantage against being charmed.
I think I might. Let me just double check right quick. I know I have stuff against paralyzed. Charmed and paralyzed. So yeah.
So go ahead and make me a second roll. As you'll be making this with advantage. So you've got to roll a 3 or a 16. That will do it.
A 16. Hell yeah. Plus 7 is like 20.
Yeah. It otherwise wraps its hands around you again, this time going for your throat, and as it attempts to push its form into yours, you resist the effect of being possessed, but the damage is still done, as you can feel your windpipe going cold and dry in this moment, as it otherwise hisses, pushing against you. That will be the end of its turn. Next in the initiative order, comically, is Mortar.
Off, you son of a bitch. Mortar is then going to... he's going to back up 5 feet, just reactively, so he'll provoke an attack of opportunity.
Okay. It cannot use its possessive touch because it's on recharge, but it is going to use its essence drain. Okay, that is a 23 to hit.
It's...
Okay. You take 13 points of necrotic damage as you take a step back. Its hand reaches forward and almost the spectral energy begins to grab and pulls at a portion of your life force. As you step away feeling winded, you can see that another one of these ghosts seems to be attacking Kirv, and you knew it was there, but now you can see it very clearly has morphed through the wall and is preparing for another attack against her.
Wheezing through his rapidly closing windpipe, Mortar just says, "Help!" And is going to swap the shotgun out for the Black Scorpion, and is going to start. Then he started blasting.
Okay. What are you attacking?
So first off, he's going to start with the one Kirv is fighting.
Okay.
And weaken that so she can come and help him when she has a chance.
Okay.
So that is okay. Cool. Also, if they have resistance to psychic damage, they no longer do because of my spell blade, which I activated.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Here we go. First roll. Come on. That is a 19 to hit.
That will hit.
Okay. D8 plus 5. 9 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Also, I will then make a second attack against the same one. That is dirty 20.
That hits.
That is 12 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Mortar is then going to...
Well, this one's the red one. I'm changing the wrong one's health. There we go.
Mortar's going to back up here.
Okay.
And is going to now target... No, it's still going to target that one, actually. He's going to use his... Going to use Weapon Frenzy.
Okay.
Make the attack action again, so he will do another 2 attacks.
Go for it.
Okay. 18 to hit.
Hits.
Okay. 12 points of damage, psychic.
Okay. You otherwise take the shot. The first 2 landing successfully, otherwise hitting and disrupting a large portion of its form, but the next shot, as it otherwise would hit, passes straight through. You've seen an effect like this before with other mist wraiths. It seems that projectile attacks have a chance to miss regardless.
He'll fire his last shot off of it, then try to get it off of his friend. That is
Okay.
okay.
I need to roll a
that's
natural
pretty good.
20 for this. That's not a natural 20, so the attack will do damage. Go for it.
Okay. That is 8 points of psychic damage.
8 points of psychic. It is mortally wounded, but it is still up. It is actually going to use its reaction in response to this, of hitting single-digit hit points. It is going to use its ethereal escape as its reaction, allowing it to move without provoking attacks of opportunity. What is your passive perception, Romulus?
Perception 15.
15. Okay. You do not notice this, as the ghost will leave this building via one of these nearby walls. The inside, you two see the ghost otherwise pull itself out this way, but you do not see where it goes. The rest of you do not see a ghost leave this building. So I will leave it there for the purposes of it has moved out of the building somewhere in the vicinity.
Just to
Mortar
check,
will then
is
use
it
his bonus action.
invisible or is it just
No,
less?
just as part of the as part of the ethereal escape, it makes a stealth check against anybody who can't currently see it.
Noted. Just wanting to know in case it ends up doing any weird dex save things to see whether it would technically count for danger sense or not.
No, that's fine. No, it would just be it stealths against the rest of you to see if for people who it would move into line of sight of, which is just yours because it'll be moving in this general area because the rest of you are preoccupied with what's going on.
Gotcha.
Mortar will then use his bonus action just to make one offhand shot with Black Scorpion against the one remaining ghost in the room.
Go for it.
There you go.
And it's a dirty 30.
Yep.
So that will hit. Again, I need a natural 20 to dodge this, which I get, so it does no damage.
Oh,
as you otherwise take a shot versus this one, it
Mortar's
misses.
turn. Mortar's going to shout out to Kirv and point to the other one. There's another one.
Okay.
It's the end of his turn.
Lair action. The lair action activates as I will activate Haunted Ground. All of you lose resistance to necrotic damage and cannot gain resistance or immunity to necrotic damage while you remain within the village.
Well, that sounds like some right bullshit. Fuck.
Okay, no.
Notably, it doesn't remove immunity.
No.
So if you're already immune, you might be fine.
Exactly.
Interesting.
If you're already immune to necrotic damage, you are unaffected, but you cannot gain immunity or resistance to it. But you stripped of resistance still.
Intriguing.
It's a good thing all of us are immune to necrotic.
Aha, sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. The reason it doesn't remove immunity is because then it would technically remove that from the Mist Wraiths. So they have to keep it. It's as if Chris specifically worded it so that he doesn't screw over his own monsters.
You could have just said it doesn't work on undead.
I mean, that's true,
Yeah.
but then that would potentially affect some of your party.
Look.
I didn't say anything. So.
Let me. I'm just saying it's an odd specification.
I know. All right, this one pops out here, and other green one would be further back here. So this one pops out of this building here. Okay, one essence touch against Cinder and one ranged essence drain against Cinder.
Cinder, you're doing the work here.
Essence touch is 13.
No.
Okay, and essence.
Nope.
Nope, and essence drain is a natural 1, so both of those will miss. Oh, they get 2 attacks each. I forgot about that.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. So second essence touch is a 7, and second essence drain is a 23.
Well, that one works.
Okay, Cinder takes 5 points of necrotic damage. Oh, and I forgot it's supposed to be a Constitution saving throw for the maximum hit points to be reduced. I forgot about that. So if you want to roll 2 con saves now for Cinder, just in case she gets her 5 back.
Okay. 2 cons.
So first one, yep, she loses the 5 max from earlier. And what's the second one total?
It's +2, so that's 10.
That will fail. So she
Okay.
will lose 5 current and max health from this ranged attack, unless you wish to expend another
I will
defense drone.
use the last 2 drones. She would have used the last 2 drones for it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
Fine.
Okay, takes no damage. Okay. End of Green Mistwraith's turn. Romulus, you are up.
Right. So, can I tell by this point that things are happening over here?
You can hear the sound of shots being fired from the inside of here, yes. You can also see that
Right.
Cinder is being attacked by Mistwraiths behind. Also, I probably should have said this. Vinny, what's your passive perception?
15.
15?
Yes.
You see what looks to be a stairway up the mountainside.
Ooh. Okay.
Right.
And from here, you'd see that as well.
Cat, be careful. Make sure to stay away from any of those ghostly creatures. I'm going to go protect Mortar and Kirv. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I see this one in here?
Because of the way the door swings open, no, it is behind the door.
6, 7.
So the door would... So it would be behind the door right now because Mortar opened the door.
Where is it, Mortar? Where is it?
Mortar is kind of holding his throat and is just pointing at the door, pointing behind it.
Okay.
Am I able to
Yes.
intuit from that?
Yes, quite happily. You can
In
as
that
you
case.
otherwise step through the door, seeing Mortar in this moment pointing his gun, kind of holding his throat. You're like, oh, why is he pointing his gun at me? And then you're like, oh no.
Oh no. I'm going to take the Ghost Steel Halberd and just shove it through the door.
Okay, go ahead and make me an attack. I will say that it will benefit from half cover simply because it's on the other side of a door.
This is fair, but you've got to admit it's a real fun visual.
Oh yeah, it is. These things don't have high ACs, don't worry. You're probably going to hit, but we'll see. Go ahead and roll for me.
Right. I might as well reckless this because fuck it. Why not?
All right. Yeah, that hits.
Yeah, that's like a yeah. So what? That's 1d10 plus 2 for that one. Let me double check.
Should also be plus your strength as well. It should be plus 5. So
Yeah. No, I meant for the cold damage.
Oh yeah.
And oh shit. Bonus action rage. Could I get away with that?
I'll allow it.
Yay! Let me just ping that off on my sheet.
Mhm.
There we go.
Okay.
Right.
Notably, you do not gain resistance to necrotic damage because of the haunted grounds.
Wait a fucking second. In that case, could I giant smite instead?
In this space,
No, it'd be
no,
too big,
you
yeah.
would be too big.
Yeah. All right. It was. You know what? It was worth. It gives me extra damage. I'll be happy with that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let's go. 7 plus 5 plus 2 plus 2, whatever the fuck that equals.
7 plus 9,
points of
16 points of damage. Good. Okay.
Yep. Attack number 2.
Yep. That will hit, and that will do...
And I get to re-roll that.
Oh, yep, because of your Great Weapon Master. Hey, much better.
Yep.
18.
18.
Okay.
And
It is going
yeah, I don't
to...
have a bonus action, so... yeah.
No, that's fine. It's going to use, as its reaction, it's going to use its Ethereal Escape. Does not provoke attack of opportunity. And allows it to move its movement, making a stealth check
Give me a
against the
moment.
passive perceptions of those that would learn of its location. Okay.
Yeah, so my
Vinny,
Sentinel technically doesn't work against that bullshit.
No.
Bullshit.
And Vinny, you do not see the ghost as it leaves through this wall here, so I will put it there for now, as it has left and gone elsewhere.
Right. We should get out of this place. Come outside quickly now.
Okay. End of your go.
No, going to turn around, ready to go.
Okay. This one needs to be inside here. Okay. Okay. So, makes the stealth check with disadvantage because it has moved through an open space. Ooh. Okay. Roll me a perception check, Vinny, unless you wish to use your passive perception. I will allow you to do either.
I'll roll for it.
Okay.
Technically optimal. No. It's
Okay.
an 11.
You otherwise are looking about in this moment, and you watch as from one of the nearby buildings you see almost this glow of more of the ghosts that are preparing to pull themselves from here, or mist wraiths rather, as a ghost otherwise flies towards you around the outside of the fountain and grabs the side of your neck. It is going to attempt to do a possessive touch on you. Go ahead and roll me a charisma saving throw, please.
God, these are...
Oh, never mind. I forgot. I need to attack first, and the attack roll... Oh, it would be with advantage because of unseen attacker. Thank goodness. Okay, that will hit with a 24. So go ahead and roll me a charisma saving throw, please. Otherwise, that would have been not so good. I rolled a natural 2 on the first one. Not a crit, so just 1 dice. Okay. Oh, that's a good roll.
It's a dirty 20 on the Christmas save.
Dirty 20. You are not possessed, but you take 13 points of necrotic damage. I'm rolling a lot of the same number for the damage dice, which is good for me, because that's a good number. As it otherwise reaches out and grabs your throat, you feel this sudden draining of power, sudden draining of life force from within you as it attempts to take control and push itself into you, but is unable to do so. This one here that has escaped is going to go through here. And because Cat does not know it's there, it's going to make an attack against her with advantage. Cat, I assume a 15 doesn't hit you?
No, it doesn't.
No. Okay. It otherwise moves up to you and attempts to try and grab onto you. But in this moment, you are otherwise panicked by the whole situation of seeing Cinder in this state. The ghost otherwise misses you, unable to grab hold of you properly, but you are now made aware of the ghost's presence.
Okay.
Okay. End of the ghost's turn. We then move to Mist 1. Mist Wraiths 1. So, there's one in this building that's coming out this side. There's one in this building coming out this side. And because of the proximity, there's one here coming out this side. So, this one is going to move up and try and do an Essence Touch against Mortar. This one is going to move up and try and do an Essence Touch against Vinny. Also, Vinny, roll me a concentration check for Enhance Ability, because you did take some damage. And this one is going to move up and is going to fly up a little bit above the lip of the fountain and try and do an Essence Drain on you, Vinny. But you will have half cover because of its friend. So the 2 Essence Drains against Vinny, who has half cover. A 20.
Initial 20 on the first concentration.
Okay, that's fine. So that is a 23 to hit and a 9 to hit. So the 23 will hit your
23 hits
against your AC, even though with the half cover. This is the ranged version of Essence Drain. Go ahead and roll me a con save for the effect, if you please.
Okay.
Do not consent.
You're fine. You will not be losing any maximum health, but you do take 6 points of necrotic damage. And now roll for the concentration check, if you please.
Yeah.
You say someone was making an attack against me as well?
Yes, one will be making 2 attacks against you in a moment.
Oh. 2?
Yeah. Okay. The 2 Essence Drain...
13.
Okay, you maintain your
50
concentration. Okay. So you took the 6 points of damage, and that was it. Okay. The 2 attacks against you, Mortar. That is a 22 and a 17.
First one hits, second one misses.
Okay. This is a melee Essence Drain, or Essence Touch. So you take... 13 points of necrotic damage. There's a theme here. Go
literally have 3 -13s in a row.
and go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Constitution. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Is this for anything in particular?
This is for the
No, that's a
essence.
fail.
Okay, so your maximum health is also
Mortar
decreased by 15.
is going to. Nope.
Nope.
Mortar is using his invigoration to reroll.
Yep, I'd recommend it.
Absolutely not. Damn it!
Okay,
Same number.
so your maximum health is reduced by 13 from that attack.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay,
Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that, man.
you're welcome. Okay, and then...
Where do I minus the maximum? Just at the top?
For now, just right below your maximum, what your new maximum is, or minus 13, or something like that, yeah. Otherwise, it will mess with the formulas. And then the other one was making 2 attacks versus you, Vinny, because you were in the open next to one of the ghosts. That is going to be an 8 and a 22. So the 22 will hit. This is a melee attack, so I believe you can uncanny dodge this. If you do, you have uncanny dodge, or is that
Next level?
that's next level? Yeah. So that is 15 points of necrotic damage. And please roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay.
Okay, you do not lose any maximum health, and go ahead and roll for your concentration as well, please. That'll be their attacks. And next is ghosts number 1. Which there are 2 of these as well, so I need to copy this. This one comes from over here. So it's going to do that. Okay, I'm going to leave that one there for now, just to mark that it's elsewhere. And this one comes from...
Concentration succeeds again.
Okay, wonderful. Love to see it. And that one comes from there. So it will do the same. Okay, and I will mark this one like that. So the ones that are on the corners are ones that you do not know the current location of, for reference. Okay. End of there go. Kirv, you're up. With cat on deck.
Okay, I'm going to do another call acrobatics over this counter.
Go for it. Roll me an acrobatics check. Yeah, you're fine. Okay.
Also, I will clap once again.
Provoking attack
All right.
opportunity.
Go on, you've already taken enough from me. What more do you want?
I'm going to cast Branding Smite,
Okay.
which will give an extra 5d6 bonus radiant damage, and I will attack with Murder and Thirsty Blade, attacking twice.
Okay. Make me that
Also
first
can't
attack.
turn invisible if this hits.
This is true. Miss rates.
Sorry?
So they also can't turn invisible if this hits, so this may do their being able to fade away a bit.
That was only the ghosts. These are mist wraiths. They don't have the ethereal escape, unfortunately.
Oh, right, my bad.
That's fine. So that.
My bad.
So
It's
the.
an afro.
So that would be a 9 plus.
Oh, sorry. +9.
Plus 9. That hits, and then 5d6 radiant damage.
Okay.
Yes.
The greatest wizard of our time.
17.
Thrown around a lot.
So that's 4 plus
I know,
how
right?
much damage for the initial attack?
5 slashing.
4 plus 5, so 9 points of slashing damage, and then 17 doubled to 34 points of radiant damage. As the creatures are vulnerable to radiant damage, as you may remember last time, as this one is scattered to the wind, which also means I just delete the tile.
Oh, I killed it in one.
Go on.
Fuck yeah.
Greatest
Okay.
wizard
Are you okay over there, Mortar?
You have a second attack.
We
You can
really
attack
need
Mortar
to
if you
get
want.
him- We really need to get him a hot chocolate.
Or you could, I don't know, throw something at this one. Oh wait, no, it's gone, hasn't it?
No, it's gone through the
Afraid-
wall. Yeah, I've just left that
Yeah,
there so
it's
you
in.
know it's not. You don't know where it is, effectively.
It's fucked off, it has.
Mm-hmm.
He's fucked off. He's fucked right off, mate.
You fucked right off, mate. What the fuck are you
Um,
talking about? You fucked right off.
What are you talking about, mate?
Absolute bollocks.
Absolute wanker.
So, what are you
Wanker.
doing? You have 10 feet of movement left.
Yeah. I'll probably sort of go towards Romulus.
So, 10 feet of movement. Okay. And that will be the end of your turn. It is now those ones. This one is going to remain there, as it may have been destroyed, but it seems to be coming back.
Bullshit.
What? Excuse me?
Bullshit. 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 Bullshit.
Bullshit. Yeah, of course.
I was quite clear
I'm
about
gonna-
the whole
I'm gonna-
getting out of here thing.
Mm-hmm. As you
Does
should.
the-
I'm gonna climb in my bullshit mobile and drive bullshitville where bullshit happens.
With Branding Smite, is it still having the effects of that? So it's bright, basically. It's...
Oh, no, because you,
Shiny.
you obliterated it. It is gone.
Oh, I thought you said it came back.
Oh, no. The one
Yeah,
that
that's
Vinny
what I heard.
killed earlier has come back.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay, sorry.
is
Oh,
coming
so
back, I should
radiant
say.
or something.
That
This
one's
one...
fucking dead.
This one will be making a ranged attack against Mortar.
Ghost Steel.
Loser.
Ghost Steel doesn't keep them down then? Was I misremembering that?
It usually does.
Oh.
Maybe it's their domain
Yes.
expansion that they activated.
Uh-huh.
Well, that is a question because it does stop
Regenerating.
regenerative
Yeah,
effects.
Which
so-
means they aren't coming back on the turn that they're destroyed.
Curious.
Big mate. Big. I need a hot chocolate.
So, the one that's going to make 2 essence attacks against you, Mortar. Essence drain attacks. That is a 24 and a 19.
Both hit.
Roll me 2 con saves, please.
Okay. Fail for the first, and 14. No, sorry, 16 for the second.
What was the first one?
A 2 on the die, so
Okay.
I failed that.
No, that's fair. Okay.
And 16 for the second.
Okay, so you take 12 points of necrotic damage, which also comes out of your maximum, and then you take 10 points of necrotic
Oof.
damage, which doesn't.
Okay, hold on. So 12, which comes out of my maximum, so minus 12.
Yep. Yep, that also takes away from
Then,
your
so-
current health as well.
Yeah,
so-
my maximum. So hold on. So that's minus 25. Damn. And minus 10. Yeah. Wait. So hold on. 1 minute.
So you
so
should...
does that mean I need to be minusing 25 from everything now?
No. No, so
No?
so the damage that you've taken from your maximum just means that
Ah.
that's stuff you're not getting back. You're still taking the damage in current
Oh,
damage
okay.
whenever you're losing maximum.
Mortar is fucked up. He is very much bloody.
Really that?
He is very fucked up. Mortar's
Oh.
very fucked up.
Oh, right,
I
that
don't
way.
know.
Okay. Cap, it is your go. You currently have a ghost
I-
next to you. These Mist Wraiths seem to be closing in on your party fast, and you can hear the sounds of combat coming from the tavern where 2 of your party members headed off to, and you can tell that these creatures mean business. You also note that what Vinny stated, or what Simon stated, with the ghost steel should have kept that one down. It seems to be reforming. Something about this area seems to be allowing it to seemingly bypass certain conditions.
Okay. In this case, then, I've seen a huge flaw with my character. The fact that, holy shit, I've now got so much to manage. Okay, so Cinder has burnt all of her offensive swarms, so she can't attack with them. So Cinder is going to be casting a spell.
Okay.
So
So you're
she's
giving
going
your
to
bonus
cast-
action to give this order?
I am giving my bonus action to give the order.
Okay.
As
That
Cinder
means
is going
that
to be casting.
That means
underway.
that your dragon companion will not receive an order.
My dragon companion, according to the spell, it's a free action to give an order.
Oh, is it a free action for the...
It's free action
Summons.
for an order for the
What a
dragon.
good spell. What a good spell.
Oh, man.
I know, right? This is the only reason why I'm doing it this way. It's a free action toward the dragon, it's a bonus action toward the cinder, and cat gets an attack. I'm literally min-maxing my turn. Quite heavily.
Yeah, that's fair.
Dude, respect, we need it.
So, yeah, Cinder is going to be casting Thunder Wave,
Okay.
which is a 15-foot cone. No, cube. Hang on, what? Thunder sweeps out from you. Each creature.
So it's a 3
in
by
a
3.
15 cube. Yep.
So
Okay.
you having a
And
target?
it's going to be these two. So it'd be this square here. Yeah.
Okay.
And them two.
So
I need them
to make...
to make con save, which Cinder's con. What is Cinder's attack modifier? Where have we put that down? That's offensive. What is Cinder's casting attack modifier? Is it the same as her normal attack?
It's the same as yours.
Oh, it's same as mine. Okay, that's
Really
she's
good.
got Titania, so it's a +8.
So it's a plus... No, Thunder
So
Wave
I
is a
need-
saving
no,
throw, so what's the save I need?
Oh, save. Same save as mine. My save is. Give me a second. 17.
17, okay. This one just barely makes it, and the ghost fails.
Okay, so
Go ahead and roll damage.
it's 2d8 thunder.
I need to
Okay.
roll something else. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, well that's 5.
5?
So 5. Yep, 2d8. I got 3 and a 2, so it's 5. On a success, it takes half the damage. On a fail, it takes full damage and is pushed 10 feet away.
This one's pushed 10 feet away. Reappears in the tavern.
And unsecure
one's
objects.
taken
I
off.
don't know if this is relevant, but we'll go with it.
Yes, it is.
Unsecured objects that are completely within the area of effect automatically are pushed 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm. And Thunder Wave also makes a very loud boom for several hundred feet.
Alright, yeah.
300 feet.
I'm just reading
Yep.
that now.
At this moment, as Cinder casts Thunder Wave, this will be done at the end of your turn, so actually take your turn as you would.
Okay, so I will be commanding my Dragon Bud to go there and attack that guy.
Okay?
So he'll be doing his breath and 2 rends in one turn. That's pretty nice. Okay. Alright, so breath weapon first,
Okay.
which is a DC of 17 for a dex.
A dex, that is 12. It fails.
Okay, it takes 2d6 twist on base of one of your resistances.
So it'll be
Okay.
cold damage.
Yep. 2d6.
10.
10. Okay. Then 2 rend attacks, which
It's
are
notably
+9.
resistant to cold damage. Not resistant to the cold damage of the Ghost Steel weapons, however.
Hmm. Okay,
And
so
both
this is
hit.
+9 to hit. Okay, and they both do 1d6 +9 piercing.
So just roll both at the same time. Okay, so 8 plus 18. So that is 26 damage to that one. That one is gone. But I'm going to put it there because it'll be coming back on its next turn.
As it goes to die, can I do my attack?
What would you like to do?
Out of curiosity, I am going to pull my sleeve up and devour. I'm going to use the cantrip devour.
Oh, shit.
Okay. Okay, I will remove it.
Big moves, big moves,
Okay.
big
This...
moves.
Okay.
Just mutters under a breath. You're not the only scary thing around here.
Ooh.
As you
Oh,
reach
chills,
out
chills,
your
dude,
hand,
chills.
grabbing onto it and devouring its soul, you sense the soul of a farmer. someone who very much used to tend the nearby area around here, used to use what hops used to grow in some of the warmer climates of the mountains where there were possibly natural outcroppings or springs, and used to grow small pockets of hops to send to the local brewery. You get a sense that this person lived a regular life, and for a large number of their years as an undead, they were enjoying their life until some individuals came into town and consumed their soul.
It's a mix of emotions, but it's just a grin on Cat's face.
Okay. As you consume the soul of this area, or consume the soul of the creature, and the thunder wave is set off, the lair is going to use a reaction. Okay. I would like everybody who is damaged to go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
Are we talking emotionally or physically?
Yes.
I'm
Great.
Gucci.
Okay.
I am
Cinder.
significantly not good. I'm significantly not Gucci. Constitution save?
Constitution save, yes, please.
You know what? I think I'm significantly not Gucci. Gets to go
Oh
in the first
no.
round.
Oh no. I'm significantly.
Okay, Cat, what did you get?
lacking in Gucci.
Cat's not hurt.
Oh,
But
what did you
Cinder
roll?
is. Cinder
Oh,
got
that was for
13.
Cinder. Cinder got a 13.
Yep.
Okay. Kirv, what did you get?
A 9.
9. Mortar, what did you get?
11.
11. And Vinny, what did you get?
11.
11. Kirv,
Oh boy.
this only affects
Oh
you.
boy.
Oh
shit.
Okay.
I was too cool. They couldn't keep let it happening.
In this moment, as Kirv, you're
The
standing
Riz
there,
is too
you
strong.
feel almost this nearby whispering and the shrill scream in this moment. Describe to me what Kirv's greatest fear is.
Oh. What's the giggle?
I was just thinking, what if it? Okay, so taking us out of the moment a bit, which I know I shouldn't do, but
It gives me a moment to think.
what is? Obviously, there's the fears you can think of, but what about the fears you could never know of that do not exist in your universe? Because I imagine that Curve's greatest fear would be waiting in line in a DMV and having to, like, you get to the front of the line and there's loads of people behind you and you're talking to the person at the desk and they are not helpful at all and you're getting stressed.
do you know?
And I can just imagine that would break Curve in a
Okay.
heartbeat.
It's one of those things where, like, but it's one of those things where she's been in the queue so long she doesn't know which way the queue is going, so she has to spit. So she has to spit to figure out which way it needs to go.
Kirv, what is your greatest fear?
Okay. Perv is back in hell, and she turns around, and sprawled are her family members, her friend, the members of the party, dead, and she sees her friend crying and reaching out, and Curve kneels down to her friend Craft, and Craft says, "I hate you." You did this and I hate you for it.
Okay. The next round of combat, Kirv is stunned. She is otherwise standing there in this moment, fear locked through her mind, her physical body seemingly afflicted by whatever these grounds are causing, but you are stuck there, unable to withstand the mental and physical onslaught of what is taking place. So, Cat, that is the end of your turn. Vinny, back to the top of the round. What would you like to do? You've seen that these creatures behind you seem to be regenerating, if not slowly. You can see that some of you, or you can hear that some of your party are a bit messed up from recent attacks. You can see that there's more of them coming, and the area around here does not seem safe.
Right. Since it's the top of the round, can we take a moment?
Yeah.
We need to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
Correct. Tiny hitch in that being that we literally can't.
Okay. When we say literally can't.
Well, Kirv can't move, so how fast can you move carrying her?
Well, I have an impressive carrying capacity.
Provided you're maintaining enhanceability, I'll allow you to carry Kirv without any penalty. Because technically you'll be classed as a huge creature currently. Because you're large, plus you have advantage from enhanceability. So...
Okay, so we can do that. I'm thinking me and Mortar break out through that hole, and then just get out in whatever direction we can. We just need to get outside of the bounds of the town, as I understand it. So I'm not too concerned about us going off separately, if you can get Cat and yourself out. It's up to you what direction you want to go into. I wouldn't be opposed to all aiming for that staircase up the mountain, if that's where you want to be going, because Senor Donjon Miastor has so kindly pointed it out to us.
Yeah, we don't know if that leads outside of the town, though.
Yeah, we don't know if that's good, bad, or mediocre.
So,
what are you feeling at the moment? You're the one who's most negatively placed in terms of mildly sexy ghosts. I'm just saying the fishnets were not necessary.
look,
And
it's an
also,
art
if they
piece I
weren't
asked for
and,
years ago.
and also, if you put them on her, why are they not on that one over there? Like,
Agreed. Chris, I was going to say that's just lazy design.
I'm feeling
I
like
want my refund.
I'm thinking mesh top. Like, yes, no,
Whoa,
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can talk later. We can plan.
What? Why? What is happening here?
I will spawn a purple worm on you again if you guys insist, but...
And we'll just kill it.
Yeah, it ain't no ancient dragon.
Uh-huh.
It ain't no ancient dragon.
I can make you an ancient dragon if you want.
Ancient dragon worm.
Oh, that's kind of delightful. Like a Chinese dragon, but it's like a flying purple worm.
Yeah, exactly.
Kind of sick.
Just saying, the original art for the ghost is actually wearing fishnet stockings, so... Just saying.
Sure, Chris. Sure.
Good for the ghost. Good for the ghost.
Mm-hmm. It slays.
Okay.
I think you mean it's slain.
So, what are you doing? Or did you want to stop the session there and then we'll pick up in this situation next week?
I think at the moment we should just plan. Vinny, you are in the most concerning situation, owing to the fact you have two of them with you, but I know that you can get out without any opportunity attacks. You've got a bit of weight on your side with the Cat Brigade. Do you two think you can get out?
I pretty sure I can get out. And push comes to shove, I do have Dimension Door to get me.
That is true. That is a good option for you too. I think us getting out has to be the priority, and I think that our focus should be on getting out ASAP. So,
Yeah.
as much as I want to explore that that place up there, there's no reason for us to go and explore it right now. We can get out here, wait for the dawn, and hopefully resync up our sleep schedules with Cat, and then we can sleep. We can rest.
That's like a plan.
That just seems like the logical option for me. If we come back here and it turns out this place is just always infested with ghosts, that's fine. At least we'll be coming into it knowing that there's going to be ghosts.
True.
Yeah, when we're not injured and tired and such, we can hopefully kind of just run past to the stairway.
Yeah, we've got rations, we've got supplies. We can do that pretty easy. I think it would also be good if there's is there a church or any holy place we could see in this town? Because normally they're quite visible.
The only building that you noticed that was larger than the others was this one here, but you don't know what it is. Doesn't look like it has a bell tower that it currently has. It may have had previously. You haven't seen the interior of it. You're not entirely sure. You don't see any otherwise larger buildings.
What was it here that we were looking for exactly? What was the importance of it specifically?
Trying to find. We're trying to get some information on temples in the area. Like, if there was a specific one.
And also Vinny's best friend, what was the name?
Carvan.
And with a G. Oh.
Well, we're Carvan we're following.
Got it. Carvan. Love it.
Carvan. Okay. So we're just booking it then.
Yeah, it's the logical option. I don't believe we can fight all of these, and especially if they're coming back and we can't get rid of them permanently, there's just no good reason for us to keep fighting them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Well, treat it like this. Vinny, do you have a way to get out with relative ease?
I can activate my boots of speed and disengage and run. If I take stray hits, that's potentially a problem because my health is not looking great.
Okay.
But I can get pretty far pretty quickly.
Here's what I'll do.
If you disengage, you wouldn't take.
Disengage and not make. It's not attack of opportunity. It's just range attacks. So what I'll do is I'll say, for the sake of this, I will make 3 attacks against you at range. Okay. That was a 6, a 10, and a 19.
19 will hit.
Okay, go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw, and then a second one for concentration, please.
Yep.
Is there any chance that I'd be able to see that attack happen?
This would be, you'd probably be running the opposite direction because you were going to just be leaving the city or the town as best you could.
Fair enough.
So you do not lose any max, and you maintain concentration. So you take 14 points of necrotic damage. Are you down?
No, I am bloodied.
Okay, you are out to safety. Cat, do you have a way to escape?
I have multiple, but I also have deterrents, but I'm gonna almost try and intimidate by the fact that they've just seen me consume one of their souls.
Okay. I'll say, go ahead. Go ahead and roll me an intimidation check. And then we'll proceed from there.
Overlay, my intimidation is gonna suck. Actually, it's not that bad. Okay, that's a surprise. Well, I'm gonna tie to the chaos because I can. Oh, ignore it.
Okay.
That's still a 12.
12. They don't seem to be scared.
Didn't think they would be.
By sense of
Nonetheless,
imagination. I'll say, because you're able to run, Cinder is able to help, and I will say that Treladex is otherwise going to distract, allowing you both to escape.
Yeah, I would say I've got a plethora of guys.
Okay. Kirv is currently stunned. Romulus, are you grabbing Kirv and running?
That is the plan.
Mortar, do
if
you have
there
any
is-
methods to escape?
I have teleportation that I can use.
Okay. I'll say, Romulus, I'll
Um,
make... Probably because you're going to be more of the focus of the target here, I'll say I'll make 4 stray attacks against you.
That is absolutely fine.
And Mortar,
I
I'll say,
am
because you can
happy
teleport,
to
you'll be fine.
use- If it helps at
I
all,
will
I'm happy
try-
to use my action surge to dash, and
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll make it, I'll say,
try to
because you're
take
using
one-
action
I'll try to
surge,
take one of those
I'll...
hits for Romulus. I'm gonna try to take one of those hits for Romulus. Try to
Okay.
because he's not resistant to necrotic at the minute. So.
Well, nor are you.
Yeah, well, I want our tank to stay as
I
tanky
have
as he can.
100 hit points.
He's fine.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
well,
I'm so fine.
I'm
I
going to
appreciate
say
it,
that
but
but
Mortar,
I am
you're
so
blinking
making it-
away. I
I'm
will
making it-
say
no,
that...
I'm making a choice. No, I'm making a choice.
Hey
Thank
Dan,
you.
hey
You
Dan,
don't
these are
take
my
away
monsters. They're
choice.
attacking the people I want them to.
And I'm making a choice that I'm going to.
Alright, I'm attacking Mortar
so-
3 times and making your escape harder. Alright.
Go for it.
No!
19 to hit,
Go for it.
18 to hit,
It's,
and a 6.
On
it's
is that on me?
No, that's on Mortar, because he insisted he was the one getting attacked.
Yeah, sure. All right.
How is
I'll take him.
again?
We'll find out.
And I'm gonna love it when one of these possesses him.
Roll me a con save.
Okay. Do you need me to roll too?
Yes, please.
Oh my god.
Fail and success.
Okay. You lose another 12 points of maximum and current health as you take 12 points of necrotic damage. And then you take 7 points of necrotic damage, which isn't reduced from your maximum.
Well,
Hey, that 12. I don't suppose I could use my reaction to cloud rune it and dump it into a different ghost.
Okay. They're immune to it, so the damage is just negated.
That's fair. It does what I needed it to do.
No, that's fine.
You're welcome.
Okay. And now for the actual one of the attacks that I was going to have against Romulus, because he's running away. 14, I assume, doesn't hit.
Does not hit.
So, your party, using the best of their ability, grabbing and running, you escape out of 2 different sections of the town. The ghosts give chase for a little bit, but they soon lose interest after you leave the village. You all feel somewhat drained, somewhat out of it, but with better information and knowledge going forward. As night is beginning to fall, you now have a choice on what you want to do next, but that we will discuss next session. So, thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and we will see you next week for when they give it another crack. Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.